Hello and welcome to episode number 17 of the Joey Moments podcast. My name is Joey. I have Joey Moments, and today I am joined by Danny.
Hello. I am here. I made it. I didn't
Yeah,
think I would so soon. I felt like I was going to be on here a lot later, but everything aligned, and I'm here now.
It did. I thought I'd have you on sooner rather than later.
Well, yeah, I knew later, but
we had
or
Nathan
sooner,
and Dylan,
but
and then Tyler's going to be on.
Yeah, no, Tyler's the one
week,
that
so.
I was thinking. I was like, he's going to be on. I thought he was going to be like one of the first ones on or whatever, but he is not. So
No. We waited for football season, and then
okay.
with all the good games happening next week or this upcoming week, we were just like, yeah, we'll just do it then. So then I think we're filming it either before or after paintball next week.
Okay.
So
which I'm excited for paintball. I don't care whose team I'm on. Dylan, if you're out there, I will find you. It doesn't matter if you're on my team or their team. You're getting shot by me no matter what. So
you're just all in on the friendly fire on that one.
Yep.
Yeah, I have to go to my parents today and pick up the paintball gun.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm renting mine from there, but like I feel like 500 balls is not gonna last that long.
Just as long as you're not shooting crazy. Because how long are we gonna be there? Do you know?
I'm gonna guess like 3 hours or something, but
yeah, 500 balls does not sound enough. Can you buy
like
more balls?
I would assume so, but I feel like I'm gonna be the one that if I see somebody, I'm spraying them down. I'm not just sitting there taking like my time with like a few shots or whatever.
I feel like Anna's just gonna target Tarek.
Yeah, I feel like Anna's not gonna move around. She's just gonna be on like one obstacle the whole time, just targeting one specific person.
Yeah.
And I feel like Tarek. Tarek could be that person.
It's absolutely Tarek.
Yeah.
If Nathan and Dylan are on opposite teams, they're just gonna go for each other the whole time.
Yep. That's true.
I know that I'm gonna be a target. Eric's probably gonna gun for me a little bit.
I mean, if you're not on my team, you're definitely gonna be a target for me. But
yeah, that's fair. Even if
I
you're
have
on
a few
my
names.
team,
I was like, if you're not on my team, obviously you'll be a target. But Nathan, Dylan, I feel like Dylan's number one, and then
I think he's number one on everyone's list.
And then Tyler, like there's just.
Tyler and
other
Dylan
than Nathan, Tyler and Dylan are so tall that they're going to be the easiest targets anyway.
Oh, for sure.
So they're just going to be laying, like if they're at like an obstacle, it's like this tall, they're going to be, their head's over it at least.
Yeah.
So
me, Tarek, and Z have the advantage of being the shortest ones. So
yeah.
We're just going to hide.
Yeah. So. One thing I did notice a lot is like if I have like interviews or like anything, I lick my lips a million times.
Really?
So if you see it, if you're watching the video on it, you're going to see my mouth.
This will be the first video in a while too, because I finally fixed everything. So I finally have an SD card that works.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it wasn't on the other ones?
No, John, Henry, both didn't have videos, and Abel's doesn't have a video either.
Oh, okay. So, I never watch the videos. I just listen to the podcast because I'm at work all the time.
So, and I've been really bad about uploading just the audio because I should go back and I'll do that this week and upload all the audios to YouTube for the missing videos. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's just for whatever reason the SD card. Hopefully it works. I mean, I guess I don't know. This will kind of show me. This is my third SD card. It's either the SD card or it's the camera. Yeah. And if it's the camera, then at that point, then I'll change stuff and make it work. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. So me and you met because of Tyler.
We did.
Because we got brought into fucking roast fest for Call of Duty.
Yeah, that was a fun time.
Well,
I met Tyler in Woods class as my freshman year of high school. So, I think it was like the second semester of freshman year or something.
Okay.
And he sat actually on the opposite side of the entire place. I don't even remember who I sat next to, but I think it was like a junior or senior. He played football. That's all I can remember. And he had curly hair. But we also had Gunner in the class, the dude that was apparently on steroids and stuff.
Yeah.
So we had like that whole group in there. And then for some odd reason, the guy that was with me, like somebody kept sitting with him or something. So my seat was taken. So like, or I don't even know how it happened, but I ended up sitting next to Tyler, and that's who I would talk to the entire time. Okay. And then that's how I met Marshall. I met kind of through baseball and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, that's kind of how. That's definitely how I met Nick. I never seen him around school except for after I met Tyler. So
that's fair. I don't remember seeing Nick a whole lot in high school. Like,
No, I seen him. It was mostly only at like the start, like of because when we had like the you can't go into classes or like
yeah,
the
you would
hallways
just
or
be
whatever.
in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
In the
We were always
whatever
in
that front room
the.
was.
I can't remember the name of it. The front area that had like the plants and like all the cement seating that you could sit at.
Yeah, like the entrance to the school.
Yeah.
What was it
I don't know,
called?
but that's where we would hang out all the time before class.
Shield.
Started. The Shield,
That's what it was
yeah.
called, yeah. Yeah.
I was thinking of like the Hall of Champions, but that's the Hall of Champions on the right side of school. So, but yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I would see you guys hanging out, and I didn't. I talked to Tyler and Marshall because me and him, we had classes together, and so we would talk about Call of Duty all the time.
Yeah.
And I just remember, I would talk to Tyler about G Fuel, because that
I
was
never
like
liked G
that was
Fuel.
like the time. Well, it's different now. I don't like
I
it.
mean, yeah, but like I've never been like the put the powder in the stuff kind of guy. I just
Yeah.
like like Dr Pepper.
You like
Just have it
Dr.
already
Pepper?
done. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Dr Pepper. You like pre-workout?
I don't like pre-workout.
Really?
No, unless it's like a stem-free one. Because I
Didn't
don't like the
didn't you
tingus.
just do like straight chalk?
No, it's not. Well, it's straight chalk. What the heck is chalk?
Well, it's
What are
like
you
or
talking
straight like powder.
Well,
powder.
straight powder, I do like
Yeah.
creatine. Like I don't mix it in like water. I just
You just-
dry scoop it and then take a swig of water,
Oh my god.
which is not bad because it's like
It's
there's
chalky.
but there's
that's
no
why it's called.
but there's no
chalk.
flavor or anything to it.
Yeah. So like
But,
like
like-
when you get to the bottom of like a mixer, like a shaker,
Yeah.
the bottom it's called chalk.
Well, it's
So you're
never
just- you're
it's
just
never like
chalking it.
that. No, but
So
the reason I do that is because there's no flavor to it, and it takes so much longer to get the whole thing in if you dilute it in a bunch of like water or whatever. So I'm like, I'm just gonna dry scoop it and then get it over with, so then I don't have to drink all of it.
sounds terrible.
So it's nice, but no, I don't like pre-workout because, well, if it's like non-stim, it's fine, but I don't see the benefit. Like, sure, there might be things in it that like could benefit you or something.
It's just
but-
glorified caffeine.
Yeah, but like the tingles, I had them one time, and I was just like sitting there like,
Yeah.
like I got like I'm just itching the whole time. I'm like, it doesn't make the workout fun.
No.
I'd rather sit there and enjoy it rather than
Yeah,
sitting there
your
itching
guys'
myself the
workouts
entire
are fucking. I've tried to go to the gym with you guys, and there'll be 4 of us, and it'll still take 2 hours.
Yeah, I like going by myself because I go to the one across the street from my house now
Mm-hmm.
instead of driving 20 minutes down to this one.
Yeah.
So it's a lot nicer, but like you get done a lot quicker. But I will say it's a lot better with people just because the morale's better and it's like if you need a spotter or somebody,
Yeah, you
you don't
have
have to sit there and like ask
I think
somebody
like one
and
person,
it kind of gets
like
weird.
one person is like a solid group, like 2 people.
Yeah, like 2
So,
people
yeah.
is good because then you're spotting like for each other for each one. I
Yeah.
try going with my little brother sometimes, but
And then it goes by quicker. That was the other thing is it would suck when you guys used to go at night, at like 9 p.m.
I like the 9
Dude,
p.m. thing,
I
but
hated it. That was like one.
I
Of the
don't like
big
it
reasons I had
anymore,
to stop. I was
obviously,
like, I couldn't do it. By the time 9 p.m. rolls around, I am in comfort mode.
yeah.
I'm like, I've wound down for the night. So me and John are talking about going to the gym, and we were both just like, well, when are we gonna go? And I was like, well, as soon as you get home from work at 6:30, we're gonna go, which means I can have like dinner cooked, and then I can just like take it off the stove, and then
gonna be
we can
loud.
go work out,
Yeah.
come back, eat dinner, and then I get to relax the rest of the night.
It's nice going right after work, but unless you're getting off at like the same time Dylan is at like 3:30,
Oh,
and then you get there at 4, like it's not as busy when you get there. It definitely ramps up when you get there, like or when you're almost done or whatever. But no, like if I go by myself, it usually takes like an hour just to get like a good workout in, depending on how I'm feeling or whatever. But like usually like an hour to an hour and a half, and then you're done. But when you're with 2 people or 4 people, then it's like 2.5 hours later,
Oh,
then
yeah.
you're finally getting home, but then you don't feel like you did as much because you got all this rest time in between it. So it definitely sucks, but there's pros and cons. So
Yep. Yeah, I remember I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna run while you guys lift weights.
yeah,
Not calculating in how long it was gonna take you guys to do your fucking work.
to do the 3-hour run.
I was dying. I had to take like 4 breaks. I was like, oh my fucking god.
Yeah,
I had like 6 miles. Not even. Maybe like I think it was 4 is what I got the one time.
I just don't like cardio.
I love cardio. Cardio
hate
is
it.
great.
I know it's
if I
good
could
for
get-
you. It's nice.
if I could
but-
get really back into shape, that would really be the only thing I'd want to do is just cardio.
Now, the one time I knew that I should start doing cardio is when, like, I'm 175 right now because I'm trying to cut down to like 160 or something. But at my heaviest, I was like 186. And when I went to, that's
Oh
my
my-
heaviest,
oh
all
my
right?
God,
It was good for me because out of high school, I couldn't break 140.
Really?
I couldn't break 150. I was in the 140s. Like 140 to 150 is where I would just go up and down. And then once I got to college, first year, I went 160. So I was like, went up a bunch of weight. So it was super
At
nice.
my like most fit, Like when I was like the most in shape in my life. That was freshman going into sophomore year of high school. I weighed 160. I have not weighed 160.
Yeah, 160 is not a good number
For
anybody really, unless you're like 4'5", like Turk.
I was like 5'5" at that point, so I was still underweight.
Yeah,
for sure. Actually, I guess like if you're going off like the BMI scale, I was like right on track. But I think that BMI scale is so fucking off because it doesn't account for like how you're built. Like I'm a very broad person.
Yeah.
You're not very broad.
No.
So you should weigh a lot less.
Yeah.
I should weigh like, I don't know, like 180 to 200. And the BMI scale says I should be between 165 and 175. And I'm like, motherfucker, I would have to be anorexic.
I know Eric does a lot about that.
I would have to be like anorexic to hit 175. I don't know.
It would definitely be weird, but
I don't think I could healthily get down to that level. That's almost. I'm 240 right now, so I mean that's almost 80 pounds.
Well, I mean, if you think about
60 pounds. 60 pounds.
Eric was, I don't even know where he was at, but he's down to what, like 2. He just sent it into the group chat a couple days ago. I think it was, I don't know. I'm gonna say 230, but
he's low. He's under.
Yeah.
He's under.
But he's trying to get down to 200,
yeah.
And from where he started, I feel like that probably wasn't like didn't seem like it could get there healthily, but
200's a healthy weight for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. At with his BMI. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the way he's built, that's
yeah. He
healthy.
knows more about the BMI stuff. I don't pay attention to any of that.
So because he's also taller than me, so 200 is like over that. At 5'7", they say that if you're 5'7", you're a guy at 24, you should weigh between like 160 and like 180. And I'm just like, dude, that you're not accounting for how stocky some people are.
Yeah.
That's the thing that BMI skips over. It's just purely like you're fat. Like it's how much body fat you have, how much muscle you have.
Yeah.
It's like, well, if I'm a really jacked 5'7" guy, I'm not going to weigh 175.
Hey, I've heard it's a lot easier if you're singing 5'5" to just be like The Rock because you don't have to do as much.
It's just
but
crazy.
It's definitely hard either way, whether you're tall or it's definitely a lot harder if you're taller, but that's no excuse for
hard part's cutting
Dylan
weight.
And stuff. Yeah,
cutting weight is the hard part in my opinion.
Yeah.
I feel like if you get through that hurdle of dropping weight, changing your lifestyle, and you've gotten over that hurdle, then maintaining is a lot easier.
Yeah, I feel
that's
like
the hard part, and I feel really bad for like some people who will go and get will go have like surgeries done to cut their weight, and
then it just gets added back on.
Yeah, and they get it back because they
Yeah.
can't keep the lifestyle changes. Because like that's the thing like they don't talk about they do talk about. Doctors talked about it. They go like you have to keep this lifestyle, like you can't eat this, you can't eat that, like no rice, no noodles, you can't do
Which
that.
would suck. This is like the only thing you can't eat when you're cutting, really.
Dude, oh my
rice
god,
and noodles
I can't imagine cutting out rice out of my diet.
Yeah.
That fucking rice is so good.
No, I feel like for me, cutting's easy right now because I feel like I snack all day, but it's easy to cut it out. Like when I'm like if I'm playing a game, like say, like on Friday, I think I just play games pretty much from morning until like 3 or 4, and it's good for me because I don't eat anything. Like I could eat my breakfast and then I'll be satisfied until dinner time, really, because I'm going for like 2,000 calories, so it's kind of easy right now.
Yeah.
But I feel like if it was at like 1,500, it would definitely be cutting off a lot of weight. Probably not in a good way, so that's why I'm trying to keep it at like 2,000.
2,000 I think is a good number. I've been cutting back my food intake. I've also switched out what I snack on.
Yeah.
So like instead of like snacking on like I'm gonna have like a
Hot
bowl of ice
Cheetos
cream or like chips or something, we have fruit cups now.
Fruit cups are good.
And they have Dole has the fruit cups in like the Jello, so it's a little bit sweeter. I also got there's these yogurts that are really fucking good that I have for breakfast now. They're like 170 calories, and it's just vanilla yogurt and has a little thing of M&Ms or Oreos on top.
Okay.
So it makes you feel like you're cheating, but it's still, low in calories.
They got a lot of good brands for that, like Oikos or how the heck you say it. It's like Oikos or something.
Yeah.
They got good ones, just like protein ones. It's got like 100 calories, but like 15 grams of protein.
There's a chocolate milk that I've been drinking at work. If I don't want to meal prep, I just go to Walmart and buy like a salad, one of like the pre-mixed salads.
Oh yeah.
And then they have the milks. I think it's Highland, and it's like
the like Highland chocolate milk.
It's like 360 calories, but 16 grams of protein. It's chocolate milk.
Oh, I love chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk's so fucking good. 16 grams of protein. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude.
No, I had a 12-pack of.
And then I feel full afterwards. It's awesome.
I know. I had a 12-pack of the whatever that brand is that got all the microplastics in it. It's not very good for you. But that chocolate milk, I had a 12-pack, and I drank 3 a day from Sunday to Thursday, and now I'm out. Or maybe it was Monday to Thursday, however the math works out. Yeah, but I love chocolate milk. I could drink it
so fucking
no
good.
matter what.
Oh yeah,
I love it.
I could too. Chocolate milk, so it's like liquid chocolate.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna complain about that.
Which I'm not even like a chocolate guy. Like if I had, like I hate frosting, like all that stuff. So
Really?
like on a cupcake, I'll take it off, just eat the cake part. I hate the frosting.
You are a strange person.
I hate the frosting,
That's
dude.
wild.
It's not good.
That's like the best part.
No, it's not the best. Like cake, I hate cake. Well, I love the cake part.
But you don't.
I
like
hate the frosting part. Yeah.
Really?
Like,
is that all frosting, or is it just like certain frostings? Like, do you like
like
buttermilk?
Like what? I think buttermilk is what. What's that cookie place? Eileen's. Do they do buttermilk?
I don't think so. I think
whatever their
just
cream
like
is or their frosting is good because it tastes like there's just a weird taste to it that is good, but it's not like frosting. It's
well, it
not
also
like
has like a texture to it because it gets like hard.
It's like hard, but it's like
Yeah.
smooth at the same time. Like when you're eating it. I don't even know why I'm talking about food.
That's crazy too because our friends notoriously, I think, have like the most negative opinions of Eileen's cookies in Omaha.
They don't like it.
We have at least, I think off the top of my head, at least 2 or 3 people who don't like Eileen's cookies.
I love Eileen's cookies. Now, crumble cookie, on the other hand, I can't get behind half the crap that they put out there. Like the only time I ever got it was when they had the is a cornbread one, and I was like, okay, I love cornbread, so I got to try it out, and it was super good. I loved it. It was super sweet because they had like all these different types of things on it. But I'm never going back there.
I've never had it, and I saw this week that they have like a fucking like Sunday thing, and it's like 1,200 calories, and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
No, they got like the Trece de Leche, whatever the heck it is called. Like they got like cakes now. Like they're getting like these huge slices, but it's like $12 a piece. So it's like it's not even worth going when I could go get a Walmart some sugar cookies for like $5, or like a pack of 24 or something.
And that whole pack has less calories than the one thing from Crumble Cookie.
That is true. That is true.
It's disgusting how many, like how just unhealthy free that restaurant is.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. I don't think I could ever get behind that.
Yeah.
And I like sweets. I fucking love sweets. Sweets are like my like.
I feel like I'm more of like a
crux.
candy guy than like sweets as in like food, like cake and stuff like that.
That's fair.
But
it's
like not
pie.
a very good thing.
Pie's good.
I don't like pie.
Really?
I love the smell of apple pie, but I hate the taste of it. I think it's the texture thing, just soggy apples in your mouth.
Okay.
I don't like.
That's fair. I can always get behind texture things, like when people don't like food because of the texture.
That's like if something is crunchy, I probably could eat it. Like it doesn't matter what the flavor's like. I could probably at least get it down. But if it tastes bad, like eel sauce on a stinking, whatever it's called, sushi, I hate it.
Really?
It's like a weird sweet.
I love eel sauce.
It's like weirdly sweet when I'm trying to eat this like rice and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what it should taste like, but I don't like it. It makes me gag.
I just fucking love sushi.
No, I was at Cohen one time with my siblings, and they got the sushi, and they're like, "Oh, eel sauce, whatever." And so I take it, and I'm just sitting there going, because I'm trying not to throw up, and it is not good. Which also reminds me, it was like, I think 4 years ago, I was in Disney World, and we were in Epcot, so they got all the the different places, and so we were in like Japan or Korea, whatever they have there.
Yeah.
And we got this little bag of these dried crabs. They're like little things, and they're whole. Like it's just a little tiny crab. And so me and my little brother, we like to like challenge each other with like eating certain things.
Okay.
So we try and eat it, and I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. But then like this black stuff comes out of it. Like I don't know what it is, but it comes out, and he starts gagging. So I throw in like a candy to try and like, I think it was like a haichu or something to try and get the flavor out and like just swallow it. But I get to it, and it all starts sticking to the gum, like the gummy piece. And it's just a big ball of disgust. And I start going, and then I didn't throw up, but I gagged until it came out of my mouth. So it was not that fun. I'm terrible at texture. So, but like that thing was crunchy, but it did not have a good flavor at all.
That's fair.
It was terrible.
I feel like that's the thing with a lot of foods is like the texture's fine and then the taste is just garbage, or the taste is fine and the texture's garbage.
Like the only sushi roll that I found out that I've liked is the Thriller roll or whatever from Blue Sushi.
Okay.
It's like, I don't know what's in it, but it tastes good.
This might be controversial. I do not really like Blue that much.
Well, I've only ever been there once, and I got the Thriller roll, and I liked it.
Yeah.
I tried like the Southwest because the one time when I went there, I don't even know what it was for.
Probably
but it was when all of us, all of us went there, and somebody got like a boat or something, and they were like, it was like not an eel, but like it wasn't whale, but it was like some southwest ocean fish thing, and I tried that, and I was gagging for that too.
So you don't like sashimi? You don't like just the raw fish?
No. Well, but I mean, what's it called? The thriller, it has like, is it cooked shrimp? Is it raw shrimp? I don't know. I don't know what's on it, but it tastes
I've
good.
had so many sushi rolls that like people will just name them, and I'm just like, dude, you really expect me to remember what's in it? Only time I know what's in it is when I'm reading the fucking menu, and then I go, that.
Yeah, I'm not a big sushi guy. That's why I'm kind of confused, like, of how it's gonna go for like Japan, because like everybody's like super respectable for like food and everything. So it's like, if I don't eat it, it's not gonna look very good on me. If it's like we go somewhere, I'm gonna be going to 7-Eleven a lot. So
you're gonna be fucking walking into, we're gonna be getting like sushi, and you're just gonna be like a chicken tandoori.
Yeah, so like wherever we're staying, I'm gonna have like, you know, bowls of ramen. I'm gonna have those like cool little ice drinks. Like, dude, you get like the thing of ice, and you put like the different flavor stuff in there.
I'm so excited.
That's what I'm excited for. That's all I watch is videos
for 7-Eleven, dude.
Yeah. All I watch is videos of people going out to like Japan, like all these other places to eat food, and I'm like, that's all I want to do is like I want to try all these different things.
Well, that's why. And so I was talking with my parents about it, and the amount of money I'm bringing. So I'm putting like basically like almost half my paycheck a month.
Yeah.
Or half my wages a month for the next like year aside
towards that. Yeah.
For Japan, and it's gonna be a lot more. I'm not gonna spend all of it, but I want to go to Japan with the intention of if I see food, I want to eat it.
Yeah.
Like, I want to just be like, we're going to walk by like a street vendor and they're going to have fucking food. And I'm going to be like, yes, I'll take one.
Yeah, because I don't think it'll cost the $5,000. Obviously, the ticket's going to be the most expensive thing. But everything down there is like just way more cheap. Like, you don't
The American dollar gets you a lot more.
Yeah, you don't tip. Like, all the food. Like, people say it's cheaper to go out and eat food, like almost for every meal, than it is to like buy groceries and then cook it at your home, like yourself and stuff. So that's what I'm excited for. I'm just trying to get 5,000 just to be like a safe number, to be like, I'll have all this extra money for like if anything goes wrong. I don't think anything will, but
no, but you just want to have like a backup, and that's why. Yeah. I mean, I'm also like building up my savings account at the same time, but then I'm just like, you know, I want to have enough money that I can go, yeah, we're gonna go get dinner and it's gonna be expensive, and I don't even care. Yeah. I just don't. I don't want to.
But I don't even think it's gonna be that expensive either.
I don't think so either. There was a place that I was talking to Tyler about. I don't know if we've talked about it on the podcast yet, because I talked about it with someone else. There's a restaurant, and I have to find it. It was on TikTok, and I saw it on YouTube as well. The whole thing is it's just Wagyu. That's it. I don't
think I've ever had Wagyu.
Every part of your meal is Wagyu. Your appetizer, your entree, your drink, and dessert.
That sounds good.
And I think it's like, in US dollar, I think it's like $240 a person.
That is a lot, but it's definitely for like all that food, because you can get like $240 for like one Wagyu steak or whatever. Yeah. But I think Kobe, or not Kobe, what's that place we go to? Cohen. They have Austin got like a Wagyu something, right? Like, do they have Wagyu
he got
something?
Wagyu, and it was 4 pieces of Wagyu.
Yeah, I tried that. I don't really taste much of a difference. It's probably just because it's from Cohen or whatever.
Well, so it's just like the worst way to prepare it.
Yeah. But we need to go to like hot pots and stuff. That's what I'm looking forward to. Like, dude, hot pot. There's like a place like Cohen there. Yeah, no, but I thought people went to it and it wasn't that good.
It was okay. I think it really just depends. I mean, the regular broth was so bland and boring. Yeah. The spicy broth was okay. And then it just depended on what meat you got, on if it was good or not. So like we got squid while we were there. Mm-hmm. And the squid was just so fucking rubbery. Yeah. So, but everything else was good. Like the noodles were good. Mm-hmm. The meat was fine. The vegetables.
All the other like hot pot places that I'm seeing, they have like a teddy bear that's like all like gelled up or whatever that they put into the bowl, and it just melts, and then that's your broth. So it's like all the ingredients. Yeah, it's like that's what I think of when I think of like a hot pot in Japan.
I can't.
And that's what I want to go to.
It'll be so good.
No, I can't wait.
It's gonna be a fun trip.
Yeah.
Definitely going to have like our hangover moment though, and you guys are going to lose Joey.
Yeah, we might. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Nathan knows a lot more about everything, you know, since he's been there. Is it once or twice?
Once. This will be a second trip.
So I'm really banking on him to know it.
He's going to fucking want to. I guarantee you that man's going to go back like every couple of years for the rest of his life.
I mean, I'm hoping that's how my experience is the first, like when we go down this time, because like I want to be able to like go, because like nobody goes outside of the country in like America. Like we're all just sitting here. You go to Florida, or you go to Texas or
Well,
something.
it's also just how big the country is. Like
I know
think
it's
that's the
huge,
other
but it's
thing.
like you don't experience really different things because like you basically have every culture
Just
in your
yeah.
state, and
So-
like you go to Japan, you don't know any like Japanese. Well, I don't. A lot of our friends are like learning it, so that's what I'm banking on too.
Okay,
So-
maybe you're in the same boat there.
Yeah.
I have Duolingo and I've dabbled a little bit. And
I've
I'm
tried.
just like
It doesn't work out.
it's one of those things that my brain just doesn't put it together.
No.
And I'm like I don't like I know if I stuck to it that it would work, but then
Yeah, like
also
for
like
like a
I'm,
month or something.
but I'm also in the spot now where I'm like starting to get ready to go back to school full time. And I'm like, yeah, I can't learn a language and then have to learn how to.
No, it's not like
that.
Spanish. Like Spanish.
Well, it's because Spanish and English are so similar.
Yeah, they're so similar. It's like I can relate to all of it. So it's like, all these different words, especially because the people I work with, they don't speak any English. So I'm sitting there translating on a phone half the time. And like for the most part, I can pick up on like small things like when they're talking. So I know if they're talking about me. I know if they're talking about like somebody that's just acting crazy like outside of a gas station or something. Like all that stuff. But it's like it's so similar. It's like I look at it, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. But I look at sinking Japanese and I'm like, this whoosh, wash, and apostrophe makes a word. And I'm like, I have no idea what it is.
It's crazy.
And so I can't. It would take like a month of like actually doing it every day for me to like understand it a little bit. So
Yeah, and that would be just the cusp of it. You'd still have
Yeah.
to do it every day for like a year to be ready for Japan.
yeah.
And even then, you're gonna get to Japan and you're gonna say something, and fucking one guy on the
He's
street's
like,
gonna
"What?"
look at you like, "The fuck."
Yeah.
And your luck,
got no
you would have the thing
expectations.
where you would try talking Japanese to some guy, and he'd be like, "Dog, I'm
like,
from New
dude,
York.
yeah.
I'm from
He's like,
fucking. I'm from
I speak
fucking,
perfectly good English, bro. It's like, it's whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'm hoping for. I know a lot of people there do speak English and stuff, and plus
A
like
little
all their
bit, yeah.
signage and everything has like the translation on it.
Yeah.
But I would never go there on my own or
No,
like
nope.
like if in a big group it's so much easier because like you got people to like talk to and like think about. But if you're
Well,
there
then-
by yourself,
Well, then also like
You don't know.
technology is getting so fucking crazy now that like
yeah, you could go there.
We're
by
gonna get to
yourself.
the point. I guarantee you, within the next like couple of years, where you're not even gonna have your phone out.
Yeah.
You're gonna be able to have like your AirPod in, have
it
your
just
watch just
open
set
translate.
to do like open translation, and your watch is just gonna pick it up and tell you in your fucking ear what they
Which
said.
that's what I'm hoping for but at the same time, it would be so cool to speak another language. But like I'm trying to get like I do Duolingo for Spanish every now and then, but I also work with people that speak Spanish. So
Yeah,
like
so it's a necessity.
so yeah, but like I just can't picture myself like thinking in Spanish and like having like normal conversations about anything.
That's the other thing is like I've heard that like people who speak fluently like multiple languages,
Mm-hmm.
like their thoughts will just randomly
Yeah.
roll over to a different language, and I'm just like, do you know how fucking annoying that would be?
That's what I asked somebody. I was like, it's like, when do you know like you're pretty fluent in Spanish or whatever, or like in English or whatever? And they're like, when you start thinking in it. So like when you start thinking, I was like, well, I'm technically thinking in Spanish because I'm trying to translate it all, but I guess it's in English or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's not it's something that I feel like I need to take like a dedicated class where like people are actively like doing.
That's
all
the
these
other
things.
thing is I feel like teaching yourself a foreign language versus like going to a class for it is completely different.
Yeah.
Especially because in a classroom setting, you're forced to speak it to people. Like that happens very early on where it's like, we're going to learn some basics. We're going to learn some basic sentence structure. And then you're going to start talking.
Yeah.
And we're just going to basically start adding to your vocabulary after that.
But it's
So-
like, well, like, so I work with two guys and they're from Honduras. And one of them speaks zero English. He doesn't know, like, he knows maybe thank you, and that's it. And then the other guy, I swear, I feel like he knows English because every time, like, he'll need to explain something, he kind of says a few words to, like, and I understand what he's saying. But it's like, he's pretty good at English. But every time I try and say something to him, he kind of, like, looks confused or whatever. So I just have to translate it. But the other dude will, like, he'll like look at me and he'll say like a full sentence about something and I'm just like, no idea, bro.
Yeah.
Like I just say no say I don't know what you're saying.
Yep.
And then he finally translated, but I'm like I would do the same. Like sometimes I just say like something to them and I expect them to be like, oh yeah, but I'm like, I don't think he really got what I said. So
Yeah, I just
it's
yeah.
kind of rough.
We have a couple people who come in like every probably like once a week. We have someone come into the shop who
Yeah.
just speaks only Spanish, and then they get like frustrated that I don't speak any Spanish, and I'm like,
was like, maybe if I was in somewhere where it's predominantly Spanish, but I feel like it's predominantly English here, buddy. Like,
I'm just like, yeah, I don't speak Spanish. I'm sorry. So then we have to just sit there Google translating to try and troubleshoot their issue. It's always a fucking iPhone.
Yeah.
And then it always ends up boiling down to, yeah, it's gonna be like $500, and they're just like, and I'm just like,
yeah.
Sorry.
Well, so the translating app is like, it's good for the most part, but there's been times where I like translate something and they look at me like what the heck does that mean?
Yeah.
Because so we dealt with this racist dude like a few weeks ago, and so it was this new house that we went to. It was like this tall of grass. It was terrible. So we go there, and it's in this little circle, and there's like a part on their left side of their driveway that was like, you didn't have to mow it. You just had to trim a tiny bit, and that was it. And so I get done mowing the whole thing. They're trimming, and they start blowing. So I go back to the truck, and I get back to the truck. He comes out. He's the neighbor. He comes out. He starts looking at like his yard, and I was like, okay, like I don't know what he's doing. So he picks up like a handful of grass out of his yard, or like the edge of his yard or whatever. Mm-hmm. He comes over. He walks past me, puts it in the back of the truck, and he's like, "It's okay. It's all right. I see who you're working with." I was like, "Is that supposed to be a racist? Like, I don't know what you're saying." He's like, "No, it's okay. I see who you deal with all day." I was like, "What are you talking about?" So he was like, "It's okay. I'm not mad. I said, "Is there anything else over there I can go clean up for you?" And he goes, "No, it's okay. I'm not mad." And he starts walking away, and that's when my guys start walking back from the house to the truck, and they like, because they kind of just stare because they don't know, like, I don't know if they don't know. It's kind of weird to just stare, but if they see something and it's kind of weird, they just stare at it. And so they're staring at him while they walk back to the truck. And he goes, "What the F are you looking at?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh." I was like, what is your deal, dude? So we get back in the truck, and I just translate because I felt bad for him. I'm like, I don't know what to say. So I just said, "Oh, some crazy old white drunk." And they just started laughing. But I was like, they got to deal with a lot of like racist people around here, which sucks. But
that's everywhere. It's fucking terrible. People are so shitty.
Yeah.
This is fucking awful.
Yeah.
It's like you can't.
But it's like being me, like I'm the only one that speaks English there and everything, and like I got to stand up for him. But at the same time, like it's like he was kind of befriending me, or if that's the right word, I don't know. He was like trying to be my friend, but then at the same time, like telling me that he sees who I'm working with and like that they suck and they're from a different country or whatever.
Which is it's so fucking weird to me. I don't understand where the stereotype of like Hispanic people being lazy as fuck, because every fucking immigrant I've ever worked with in my entire life, and I've worked with a lot of them, because I worked in restaurants, the hardest working people.
No.
Unfucking real how they work and they work and they work and they work. They don't stop. Yeah. They don't take breaks. They just go. And then you go and you're just like, "Hey buddy, you gotta like eat lunch." No, I'm working.
Yeah.
It's like
at my job
for 8 hours.
There's basically, because there's like 10% of us that are white, there's basically a list that they have of white people that they do not want to work with. Like if you're bad, so like there's like this new dude that came, and when I went to Colorado for 2 weeks, they had his name up on our list, like he was going to be driving them around doing all the same route. And they came up to me and they're like, no, like we can't work with him or whatever. And they translated, so I got somebody else that spoke English and Spanish, and like I was like, "What are they saying?" And he was like, they said, "No, they can't work with him. He's not a good worker." And I was like, so if like you're a bad worker, they will literally, everybody at the company will know, and nobody will want to work with you. Luckily, I'm not a bad worker, so they all like me. But it would suck to be that lazy person that everybody's kind of like rejecting at your jobs that they don't want to work with.
I just don't get being lazy at work. Like there are days where I have stuff where I have like nothing to do, and I just sit there and I'm just like, dude, I feel like if my boss walks back here, he's just gonna be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm gonna be like, "Oh, there's nothing for me to do." Yeah. I'm caught up. I have no repairs, and I tidied up the shop, and now I'm playing Tiny Tower. Yeah. Fucking, I don't know what else you want me to do. I read all my emails. We're good.
There's nothing else to do.
Yeah. So that's how I binge shows. So
yeah.
I'll just have shows on while I'm working, and one of my bosses is like, "You shouldn't watch stuff while you're working." I'm just like, well, I don't.
It's the only thing that gets you through the day.
I'm just like, I don't. I talk to maybe like 10 people a day, and if I don't watch something, I'm gonna go crazy because I'm not gonna hear human voices all day.
Well, that's what I did so like at my job, I'm just mowing all day. So it's like this loud thing. I got the AirPod Pros, which are super nice for noise cancellation. Oh yeah. And so I just wear those, and only really because you started this podcast, I was like, I've always heard about them, but I never really listen to them. I just listen to music or whatever.
Yeah.
Or scary stories or something. So that's kind of like a podcast, I guess.
Yeah.
But so because you started this, I was like, I'll listen to it while I'm working. So every Monday the past few Mondays have been a little iffy. It's been coming out at different times. So it's been messing up my schedule a little bit. But every Monday, I basically get to this one property and then I start listening to it. And it's fun because, like, especially when, like, other people are on here that we know, like, I can relate to most of the stories or, like, I know about them. So it's like,
you're getting the inside
I'm getting the inside of it from them or whatever. But, yeah, this is where I started listening to podcasts. So, like, now I'm listening to Bad Friends.
Bad Friends is fucking funny.
I love Bad Friends, dude.
It is.
Bobby Lee and Andrew Santino.
Dude, Andrew Santino's coming to Omaha.
I saw that. But
yeah.
I'm assuming it's going to be sold out. Like,
I'm assuming
is way in advance because every time I listen to his podcast, he's like, "Oh, I got some dates for you. I'm coming to blah 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 blah. I'm coming to Omaha." I'm like, "Oh, dude, it would be so fun." I've never been to like a comedic or like a comedy show or anything like that.
Last time I looked, the tickets I think were like $45.
That's not bad.
They're not bad.
But where's
comedy shows are? I think it's at Steelhouse.
Is that where they do like all the opera stuff?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's either.
No, I think it'd be really fun to go to something like that.
Because I know it's not at the Funny Bone. Because the Funny Bone's like a really small venue.
Oh, okay.
A lot of like TikTok comedians come there. Funny Bone, it's Omaha's like dedicated comedy club.
Yeah.
And we don't get big comedians there.
Yeah.
Everyone else, like I'm seeing Gabriel Iglesias this month with my uncle.
Oh yeah.
In a couple weeks, and that's at Ralston.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, dude, I've listened to at first I started like from their most recent and just kind of went down. Now I just go to Unplayed. I go to literally any episode that they have, and I just love listening to it. So I listened to Bad Friends, which, like, I always thought like the improv stuff and like the acting kind of thing. I thought it was like nerdy stuff and like kind of weird growing up. But like listening to them and they always talk about improv and they're always doing improv for like all these other things. And I'm like, dude, that would be so fun. Yeah. You're just on a podcast, like you're making up all these scenarios where he's like, the Bobby Mom thing or whatever.
Dude, the Bobby Mom is so fucking funny.
Dude, but he has a voice for everything.
Oh
like,
my God.
All of his...
He's so funny.
Dude, he can do a Spanish accent. He could do an Italian accent. He could do... his British accent is super funny. And then you got Bobby over there that literally has no accent. He'll be saying, like, because he does the beans on toast or whatever. Yeah. And then Bobby will say, "Oh, beans on toast." And like, it's just terrible. But it makes it funny because, he doesn't know any of his accents. But I also started listening to Theo Von, which he is super funny too. Like, he just says like off the wall stuff, which is like what I feel like I do in Discord and stuff. But like, he does it in a lot funnier of a way. And then also Joe Rogan, but he has like 3-hour podcasts.
I hate Joe Rogan.
And he does it like every 2 days of the week. I'm like, how do you even do this? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I can't fucking stand Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's podcast pisses me off to a degree. That man is so fucking unapologetically stupid.
Yeah.
And it's this unfettered acceptance of his own ignorance.
Yeah.
That this man is.
But he's so popular. Like,
it's the number one podcast. Yeah. It's the number one podcast on Spotify. I don't remember what number 2 is. I think number 2 is Tucker Carlson, I think. And then number 3 is Hawk Tua.
How is that number 3?
I don't fucking know because I'm going to be real with you. I don't see, and I listen to a lot of podcasts. Like, unironically, I think I have like 11 that I actively listen to, 11 or 12. I don't understand the I guess it's not the concept because the concept is basically Joey moments. It's basically just talking with another person. It's just like my thing is like the concept of this podcast is I'm talking to my friends.
Yeah, they're talking to like
random people. I'm just like, dude, you're not famous. You just you made a joke about sucking dick. Like, good for you. Like you get your bag. Whatever.
You got all the money in the world now. Like, you don't have to work.
But also think about the guy that made that video, like the reaction TikToker.
He was, well, I heard, so I listened.
I don't think he got anything from this.
No, so I listened to her podcast because I'm like, so many people are like, oh, don't listen to that. It's going to be so stupid. But I'm like, I literally have nothing else to do while I'm at work. Yeah. So I just listen to whatever I'm listening to. So I was listening to it, and she was talking about how they started coming out with like Hawk Tua shirts and everything, trying to get all this merch. And then she said like that she was like trying to stay inside for like the 2 weeks after that because she was scared to go outside or something like that. But then she started getting like lawyers involved, trying to get like them to take down their stuff because they're making all this money off of like her stuff. So they definitely made some money off of it. And
here's my thing.
They said that she said that they blocked him on like everything, but I don't know what came about it.
I'm gonna
or
be
whatever,
real.
but-
If I go to this, if I have a YouTube channel and, because they ask like, do you want to be in a
Yeah.
video? Like, it's not they walk up the street and they go, hey,
Yeah.
they're like, hey, do you want to be on a video? We're filming this, like, whatever. They need like your consent, whatever.
Yeah.
And they start filming. That joke's not yours.
No.
That's their video. Like, yeah, you can go and profit off of it afterwards, but they also have the right to.
Well, they probably made some
make
money off of the
it.
video itself.
Oh, yeah, the
because they
video
blew up.
Oh,
She just made more, obviously, because it's her, and she
just-
made all these other things.
I just don't get how it became so big.
I don't know. Like, even I started saying it when I didn't want to.
It was
I was like, ha, Tua, and it was just like,
spinning
why?
thing. It was funny for like a week, and then I was like, okay. And I thought it was.
but it just kept going on.
That was the thing. I thought it was gonna last like a week, and it was gonna be funny for like a week, and then it was gonna go away, and then it just didn't go away. And I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ, why
And now they're still talking about
is
it
this
today.
the thing that we are latching onto?
Yeah.
And
I don't
so-
know, but no. So you said like they talk to like random people or whatever.
Yeah.
Theo Vaughn. So like with like the Joe Rogan podcast, I don't listen to anybody that he talks to. Like I think he talked to like a secret agent or a special agent, whatever.
Yeah.
And like all that stuff. I listen to like things that I'm interested in. I don't listen to like any of his random things. Like when he talked to Theo Vaughn. So I'm like, okay, I'm listening to that because I like Theo Vaughn. But Theo Vaughn does a lot of podcasts where he just talks to like he brings in like random people for like they send in like applications to come talk. So he talked to this lunch lady. That was like a lunch lady for like 25 years at like some school. And he talked to her for like an hour and a half. And she was definitely like the typical lunch lady. She had like a very scratchy laugh and was like super obnoxious and everything. But it was fun. Like he's talking to like all these random people. Like he talked to a mall cop for like 2 hours. And I'm like, it's a fun idea.
Yeah.
Like just
Well,
talking to
that's
random people
a cool
and saying
concept
that.
for
Yeah.
sure.
But I
That's
love
just the ones I listen to a lot I listen to a lot of the Smosh ones now because they have like the Reddit stories.
Yeah, is that the
I
one
like-
where they're like, I think I know what you're talking about. Like the Reddit stories is like, what's the one that they do where it's like, am I the a-hole or whatever?
Yeah, am I the a-hole?
Yeah,
that
so
one's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that one I listen. Like it just pops up randomly because I've listened to it once. So like if I've listened
Well-
to yours and it ends, it'll automatically
Like,
go to like that one.
Well, in Smosh stuff, like I got out of Smosh, oh god, a long time ago because it just stopped being funny. And then Anthony came back, and I guess they really revitalized the type of content they wanted to make. And I got back into it because I was excited because Anthony was back, and they bought Smosh, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be cool. And I was excited for like the skit comedy, and then
Is that the one where they do like The Chosen?
The Chosen's
Oh
so
my
fucking
gosh,
funny.
bro.
Oh my god, I cannot. It's so unreal. It'll come up on my TikTok every time they do like a new video with it. Without a fail, I laugh every time. It's so funny.
I still laugh at the same video that they're like, what is this crumb cookie? And he's like, well, it's when you sprinkle a bunch of cookies, or it's when you crumble up a bunch of cookies and sprinkle them on somebody's face. It's like,
So
I love
good.
the voice because like, dude, me and Nathan, I know Nathan's gonna be listening to this. Me and Nathan would literally nonstop talking that voice for like a few days straight after we listened to that.
Dude, it's so funny.
It is so funny. I
The
love
one
it.
that was really funny, they were playing darts, and he was like, "And watch this," and he just fucking throws it, and it's just a bullseye, and they're dying of laughter because he was fucking like missing just all kinds.
And then he finally makes it in the
Oh
bullseye.
yeah, just with casually.
No, I love their chosen
No,
stuff. I
it's
listen
so
to
fun.
like
And all of them do the
clips,
fucking
too.
voice. Shane, Courtney, fucking I don't know the other guy's name. The guy
I don't know
who
that
normally
any. I
does
don't
it.
even know who Shane or Courtney. I don't know the names of anybody. I just listen to it.
I just know Shane and Courtney because they've been there so long now. Well, and Shane was on Disney Channel
Yeah.
when we were growing up. And you would have been like
What
I
was
don't know,
he?
like 6. What was it? Like Sunny with a chance
Chance of
of
Meatballs?
whatever. Not meatballs.
Sonny-
No, that's the movie. That's different.
okay.
Sunny with a chance of something, or it was something random. I don't know. I'd have to, I really couldn't.
I
Tell
feel
you
like
the name of it.
I
It
feel
had
like I've
Demi
heard of
Lovato in
something
it.
with Sunny, but I
Yeah.
can't picture it right now.
It was like a skit show, and it was whatever.
Yeah.
But they've been there forever. That cast grew so big, and then it was not funny for the longest time because it was always just the like, what if blank was real?
Oh,
And it was just
yeah.
those stupid fucking videos. Like,
Yeah.
those were fun. Like the first one, 15 years ago. What if video games were real?
Yeah.
You know.
It doesn't make any sense. Have
No.
you? So I watched a lot of like people traveling, like for YouTube stuff. So like one I watch is like this dude named Kurt Kaz, which I'm hoping helps me out with like Spanish because he speaks Spanish and English. He just goes to like Venezuela, all these other places, and it's fun. But I also have been watching that one dude Smash something. he's Brit or he's from England or whatever, and all he does is drink and basically throw up. I can't remember. I can't remember his name, but
that sounds like what's his name from TikTok? Josh. Oh God, what is his name?
World of T-shirts.
World of T-shirts. Yeah. I feel so bad for him.
Yeah, dude, he's been getting crazy with his stuff. Like he's kicking people out in the streets, like just randomly, and then the guy that's with him, that's like, I don't know if he's like helping him, protecting him, whatever. He's like, Josh, why are you doing this or whatever? And he's just running around, kicking people. He's like biting his hand. Like when somebody says he's like from somewhere else, and he's like, I'm from the Bronx, and you're like, ah. He just starts like biting his hand.
That's so
like he's got some bad mental issues that
he's a raging alcoholic
that he needs help with.
I feel so bad for him because it sucks, right? And like it sucks because he got popular, like doing the tours of New York or whatever.
Yeah.
And then his content slowly like started changing. Like he would drink, and then that got really popular, and he was like, "Oh, if I drink, the numbers will go up." And
I don't even know if he thought that. I think he just kind of liked to drink.
I don't know, man.
I feel like he does, because like it looks like after he takes a shot, he's like, "Oh, that doesn't look good," but he does it. So he's like, "I need a drink." And then it's just like, I hate his content or whatever, but it's so funny. Like he was jumping on some random person's car earlier, and like I thought he was just gonna like go through the windshield or something, but he doesn't.
Well, and then another TikToker, I don't even remember her name. She like went to New York and like tried to like do collab content with him, and all she was doing was feeding him drinks the whole time.
Well, yeah, it's because that's how he gets funny, and like, well, that's when his like, whatever it is wrong with him gets ramped up, and it's like terrible.
Yeah, well,
which it is funny, but it's like, also bad at the same time.
Like he was telling her like, I don't want to drink anymore. Please, and she's like, oh, feeding him,
but then he still does it, which doesn't make
any sense. Because he's an alcoholic. That's how alcoholism works. Yeah, once you start, you can't stop.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Yeah.
So.
No, but I love seeing his videos. Like, there's one video of him. He was golfing with some dude, and he's wearing that hat, and he gets into the golf cart, and he hits his head on the top thing. He's like, "Oh gosh, I'm gonna sue you." And then I was like, and he just like says all this random stuff, and like everybody's just laughing at him, which is like it's sad in a way, but it's also kind of funny, you know. Like that's what YouTube and TikTok is.
It's funny in a fucked up way, yeah.
No, I love it. It's super funny.
And then the song that he made it gets on my nerves every time it comes up on my TikTok. I'm like, Jesus.
What is it, like 1,500 somewhere or something like that? Oh, he's coming out with a new one, which is also funny because he's got like this terrible auto tune on there, and like if he messes up, he'll be like, "Oh yeah," and I was and he'll just start yelling like when he messes up, and they'll be like, "Oh, just do it again, and it's like a battle for him to get through like one line, but it's terrible, but it's also super funny. So I love watching it.
I get that. Yeah, I was like, oh, maybe I could make a TikTok thing where I just like get drunk in the backyard. And I'm like, no, I'm not even gonna think about it.
Yeah. I
was like, no, I'm gonna try and figure out something else besides getting drunk on camera.
Yeah. I feel like we should talk about though is the Beerlympics.
That was such.
I'm trying to get out of the more serious stuff. I know we got the more serious stuff out of the way. I'm trying to get into the more funny stuff, like stuff I'm more interested in.
I pulled a muscle in my back.
Dude.
That was so fucking bad. I felt that is the most. So also at that point in the summer, I was like 260. So I'm down almost 15 pounds right now.
Yeah.
And that was like such a catalyst for me too, as I was fucking just that first relay.
I was even like, I could not catch my breath for a while after that either.
Oh,
and it was bad for even me. But so a little bit of context, the first game of the Beerlympics, and I don't like beer. I hate the taste. I hate anything about it. But you know, that's just what we had or whatever. And that's what was easiest, because you're not going to have a bunch of like carbonated drinks and you're sitting over there. You're just basically going to float through the water with all the carbonation in you. But so there was this little dock that we had out in the lake, and you had to start from the beach part, and you had to sprint, jump in the water, swim to the dock, chug a beer, and then get back and then get your next person. So it was like a relay race. And so we get there, we do it. What were you, like the first?
I was the first.
Joey was the first person, and I didn't think it was gonna be bad. Like, it was, I guess, good to get the slower one out of the way. But I was like,
me and you were on the same team.
Yeah. So when you were doing it, I was like, was like, wow, this is taking a lot longer than I thought. Because he was at the dock, and he was like trying to get his arm over it.
I was trying to climb. I wanted to climb up.
He was trying to get up.
Because there was no ladder.
Yeah,
I
but
feel like this would have been, I feel like honestly it would have been so much easier. And if we do it next year, we should absolutely get a ladder
and
for
put
that.
it closer or something.
Yes, a little bit closer.
Yeah,
It doesn't need to be.
it was rough.
It was far out. I don't even think the distance was what was bad. It was the treading water while trying to hold your grip so you're not like coming off the dock and then also chugging a beer. That was miserable. I feel like if it had just been sprint, swim, get on the dock, chug your beer, and then swim back, it would have been so much easier. Because your body would have gotten a break while you're just chugging the beer.
I know. It was a struggle. Like, I just kept, like, one hand up there and tried to drink it, and I was definitely gagging just because I was out of breath. I was trying to drink something I don't like to drink. But, like, I was dying laughing on the beach watching you because, like, for the first 20 seconds, you were sitting there trying to get up on it, and then you couldn't. So then you start drinking it from there, and you were just going, like, sip, 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 and then you finally got it done, and you came back.
So Marshall, when he handed me the beer, because he handed people the beer.
Because he can't swim, by the way. A country boy like Marshall
and he can't swim.
Cannot swim. I don't even get how that works.
We could teach him how to swim. It's a skill you can.
It's not even something that you necessarily have to learn. It's just something that happens.
Do we get him like the arm floaties next year?
No, I think we have to, because he doesn't know how to swim.
Marshall would hand you the beer all quick.
Yeah.
And so when you cracked open the beer, it was shaken up. Yeah. So it's all
all the foam coming out.
And just the first like 3 or 4 gulps I got were nothing but foam, and I was like.
Yeah, it was not good. It
was terrible.
Especially because I don't like the taste of it anyway. And the taste of, like, foam beer is just not good either. But no. So I was dying laughing. He swims back in. I can't remember who else was on our team.
I think it was Jenna. I think it was.
Well, I don't know. I thought she was.
No,
I don't think she did the swimming.
She did.
No, Danielle was on the boat. I think she sat out for that one. Because she was on the boat handing people drinks. Or maybe... I don't know.
No, Marshall was the only one on the dock. I don't remember who was on our team. I'd have to look at pictures to see.
No, yeah, I can't remember who was on it.
Because we have the picture with all of us in the...
I think we got second, but...
Overall?
No, second for that particular
Yeah, because you guys were way quicker.
We went a lot quicker, but... No, because I think Jenna was one of the last ones on somebody else's team. Or something like that. I don't remember. But I couldn't think... I was on my way here, I was thinking about this, and I was like, I couldn't think of a different term to use. But Joey looked like a beached whale.
Oh, dude, that's so bad.
He was on his back. He was like this, just laying on the ground.
Yeah.
And he was in the sand, too. So he got up, and it was just covered in sand, like his whole back was. And I was just like, wow. Like that. And he was like that for, like, the next...
I was there for, like
45 minutes. I think it was, like, 45 minutes.
No, because I went inside.
Because we took a break.
Yeah.
Before the next game, because everybody was, like, out of breath and everything.
Yeah. I went and I took a... So what happened for me was I was really out of breath, and then because my heart was beating so fast, my blood pressure went up, and I got a migraine. Yeah. And so I was just laying in the dirt or in the sand, and I was like, I'm just gonna go inside for a little bit. I needed the air conditioning, and so I took
it was hot that day too. It was like 95.
I think I don't know how long I was inside, but it was like a power nap.
It was a power nap, yeah.
And I woke up, and my migraine was basically gone. I still had a headache a little bit, but my blood pressure had gone down. My heart rate went down.
Because it was so hot that day that the water was even that warm. Well, I think it was just hot that whole summer.
The water was
But the water was like almost hot tub warm.
It was warm.
It was like warm bath water.
And then you would get like these cold currents at your feet.
Yeah.
And it felt so fucking weird. Yeah. Because you'd just be like, oh yeah, this is warm. And then it would just be cold.
Yeah, if you jump from the dock in there, you like jump, warm, cold, and then you're back up to warm. And it was like, it was nice, but also a fish bit my nipple while we were there. The fish are notorious there for biting your nipple, and it's like when you least expect it to.
It was
like,
Dylan.
I think it might have been Dylan.
It probably was Dylan.
He had his stupid bandana on under the water with a little bamboo straw, sucking in air from the bottom. He just goes up and be like, arp. No, but it was bleeding. It was like
fucking way.
The fish came up, and I was just sitting there, and it just like, I mean, I don't even know. I think my nipples might have been hard because it was like cold at that certain spot that I was or whatever. But it came over, it just bit my nipple, and I'm like, and so it was like kind of just sort of touched for a little bit, and then I get out, and it was just like these 3 little marks of like little blood that came out, and I was just like, dude, they got some like teeth on them or something. Like I don't even know what it is, but No, those fish always are biting your nipples down there.
I did not. I don't think any of us had that problem. I think you were the only one.
Yeah. It's because, I mean, maybe most people are moving at the time, but I was like, I like to float like on the floaty with like my arms up. So I guess my nipples are free range. But
there you go.
Free range for the fish.
Just don't let the fish bite your nipples.
Yeah. Well, I tried, but it doesn't work out.
The rest of the night was fun though. Until we
fun.
got, I think enough time had happened between the first one and the last one, because we finished and then we were just like chilling, and that's when my back started killing me. It was so
to
bad.
really do it to you, especially if I mean, I'm glad we didn't do it for the last part, but I mean, at the same time, I feel like it might have been a little better because then we just got to chill for the rest of the time.
I also feel like we should have had like some stretches in there. I think that was the other part.
Maybe we should have started like a stretch before we knew we were going to do all these extraneous activities.
Really, just that first one. The first one was the hardest one.
Yeah,
that was absolutely
that was the only one.
difficult.
And then we got like nice breaks, or like you're just standing there around. Like, what was that table game that we played where you're putting it in the other?
That was the one that Megan came up with, or that Megan showed us. I
that
don't know,
was fun.
but all I'm saying is, at Lads Giving, we have to play that.
No,
that game was so much fun.
That game was,
especially if we get like two tables going at the same time.
It gets chaotic, but it's fun. Especially when you target somebody too.
It was chaotic, and I fucking got Zoe and Dylan so fucking drunk.
I know, that's why Dylan threw up at the end of the night, because he was like, "Oh, I just don't feel good." So he threw up in the lake. Yeah, punched so over with Megan behind him, patting his little back. I was like, "You're such a baby, dude."
It's so funny, and Zoe was just standing next to me, and we did the test round, and there were points where she wouldn't even be drinking because she's like, I can't drink this anymore.
I feel like I only had to drink like once.
I grabbed her beer for her once, and I just went, just slammed it, and I was like, okay,
they had other people drinking for them too, because they were drinking so much. I think Megan was like drinking some of Zoe's, and then,
okay, to be fair though, Zoe and Dylan.
Dylan had to drink all of his. I don't think he didn't get a buy with anybody else drinking his, but it was fun.
Yeah, that corner, Eric, me, and then Zoe the first round, and then Dylan the second round.
It was bad.
We were just going. It was just fast. Well, I did really good that game. That was like my game.
Yeah, like I think I drank maybe one time, or maybe not at all. Like I don't even remember drinking at all during that, but it was a super fun game.
No, I was sober by the time I left, which was good because it was a long drive back.
Yeah.
But yeah, my back was in so much pain that I was hunched over, and so because that was like the only position that my back wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
And so I got in the car, and driving home was fucking miserable.
Because it's like a 20-minute drive out there too. So.
Well, and I had to stop at my parents', which is on the way home. Yeah. And so I stopped at my parents'. I was like, "Hey, do you guys have like any like muscle relaxers or anything?"
Yeah.
Otherwise I'm not going to sleep. And so my parents, they're like, "Yeah, we have some left over." So my parents do the thing I don't know if your parents do, where like if they get prescribed medicine and they don't use it all, they'll just keep it in the medicine cabinet until it expires, obviously.
Well, I don't know. We have so many prescription bottles in there, but also my stepdad is a nurse practitioner, or I don't know why I said my mom's a nurse practitioner. My stepdad is an internal medicine doctor. Okay. So like, I don't know what half the crap in there is for, or like what it's been for or used for. Yeah. I think when I got my shoulder surgery, whatever I had there is that's still in there. It wasn't Oxy, it was the other one.
Hydro?
Yeah, I think it was Hydro.
Yeah.
I only used like 2 of those, and like. But I never felt anything from them.
Dangerous.
Yeah, I never felt anything from them. So I was like, and it wasn't really painful either. So I didn't really use that stuff.
Yeah. So, but I stopped at my parents, picked up. They gave me like a week's worth of muscle relaxers, so I could take one once a day. I had to take them for like 3 days. It was fucking miserable. Like, that was the only way I could sleep for like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, it was not fun.
I
was definitely sore after that because like I've been stretching things that I didn't stretch normally, doing that swimming and stuff, but. Like, my legs were dead, too.
Well, especially because you're trying to swim so quickly. Like, it's not like you're just swimming. Like, because we did that in the beginning, which was fun. Kind of sad that we didn't get to do, like, the big, like, sleep at the cabin. Yeah. But maybe next year.
Maybe.
If we do it next year.
Well, yeah, it's got us singing. It's so many little half bunk beds or whatever, like twin-sized beds up there. Yeah, I've never been up there for that. I've been with Danielle for, like, 7 years now. Never been up there. We go there every year. So it's like, and I was like,
that's crazy.
It's like when everybody's there, I just don't be like, I'm not like snooping around or whatever, I guess. Yeah. But I was like, man, I've never been up there. I thought there was like rooms or something. No, it was just a whole floor with beds, an AC unit, and
well, thank God. Because I'm gonna be honest,
furnace pipe or whatever in the corner.
I'm gonna be honest. If there was no AC up there,
no, we turned it on. It was getting cooler, but when we first went up there, it was so hot.
Oh yeah,
it was
no, because I got there. I think right after you guys did. I think
Yeah,
guys
you
had been
were
there.
like the first one.
Yeah.
Other than me and Danielle that were there.
So
And then we were sitting there.
yeah, no. If that AC had not, oh, that's new. The camera just. Well, okay. I think my camera might just be fucked. Well, that's unfortunate. We'll see. We'll figure out what's going on with that later.
It's all right. Dylan doesn't get to see my beautiful face.
Oh, it's okay. Episode art will have some stupid picture of you.
Oh yeah, that's fine. But he won't
So-
get to see me talk about him
No.
like that.
No,
Which is
probably
good.
Not. Well, I guess we'll see. 'Cause I don't know what just
So when he
happened.
gets on next time, he can have a free range about whatever. He needs to keep this episode in mind because I feel like I got some other stuff to say about him, but I haven't
Who,
thought about
Dylan?
it yet. Yeah.
Well, you and Dylan play a lot of Counter-Strike together. I think you
Well,
guys,
especially
I
now
think,
because we got this stupid half operation thing, so we gotta get what's it called, an M4A1S fade or something,
Mm-hmm.
or get a blue gem heat treated deagle or whatever. Which
Yeah.
I've opened twice. Terrible. There's not a lick of blue on them at all, and
Yikes.
one was well worn, one was field tested. So it's like
Yikes.
I'm just not lucky with that kind of stuff.
Neither's Dylan.
I mean, no, but I know I'm not lucky. And I don't do it. He knows he's not lucky, and he still does it. So it's
Well,
like,
it's just like this is like me in sports betting.
I mean, yeah.
In the last 2 weeks, I'm.
But isn't this
I'm
like
1
the
for
first year
6.
you're starting to do it?
Yeah, this.
Yeah.
Well,
So it's not bad. It's
yeah,
like
I
a
guess
testing.
like last year, last season, I bet on the playoffs, and that was
Yeah.
it. So, and to be fair, I bet on the playoffs and the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl was really close. The playoffs, I would have won like $600 if the fucking
didn't.
Lions would not have thrown their game. Absolute murder in the first half of the NFC
Yeah.
championship, and then the second half there's like, well, it's football.
Yeah, they suck.
Of course it was to the 49ers, and I can't fucking stand the 49ers.
Well, this week, you're not in our, or you're not in the
I'm not in the
couples one.
fantasy league. Nope.
No.
Yeah, because
but
I'm not a couple.
This week, well, I guess, yeah. But, so,
Yeah, you what, you want me and my right hand to have two different teams? Okay.
I mean, you could just have 2 phones or something. But, no, this week, there's so many this is the start of the bye weeks or
Yep.
whatever. So, like, in one of my leagues with my family, I have, like, 4 people that are on a bye. And then in the couples one, I think I had 2 on a bye, but they're already on my bench. They suck anyway. And then one was the Eagles' defense. And so I was like...
Are the Eagles on a bye week this week?
Yeah, they're on a bye week
I
this
didn't know
week.
that.
So I was like, I don't know if I should...
You think I'd know that? My favorite team is in the NFC East. Jesus.
So I was like, I don't know if I should just... Because I now have Pacheco's on IR. So I don't think he'll be back for another 5 to 6 weeks. But I think
No.
he's playing again. He will play at some point this year. I don't know.
Pacheco's supposed to be back at some point in the season. Rashid Rice is not. He's done for
I
the
also
season.
have Shakir just got out I think today. He got me like, or maybe it was somebody else. Somebody got like 5 points and now they're out. But I think he was
Jones in
might have been
Minnesota. was
Jones,
it?
yeah.
He did okay at the beginning of the game, and then it was first quarter he got injured. I don't know if they
he got me like 5 points, then he's out.
Yeah, and then Darnold did not get Tyler very many points. He benched. What is it? Allen. I think is his quarterback,
Barry
and he
Allen.
benched him.
Or what is it? Is it Barry?
No, it's not Barry. That's the Flash.
I know that's what made it think about it.
I can't remember his.
Yeah, I don't
first
know.
name.
I don't know first names.
Josh Allen.
Josh
Allen.
Allen. Okay, that makes more sense.
And
I know.
so-
I definitely see the J in front of it now.
Yeah.
But
So
Barry Allen's a cool guy too.
Yep, and then Aaron Rodgers I think got less than 15 points because he threw
Yeah,
4
he's not very
interceptions and one of them was a pick six.
Well, yeah, it's because he's like 75 years old.
Dude should fucking retire. Thank you. Oh my god, I can't wait till next week and all we talk about is football. It's gonna be so fucking fun.
Oh,
So ready
that's
for
what you got
that.
on next week.
It's Tyler. Yeah,
That's
Tyler's
nice.
next week. So it's the football episode. So if you don't like football, well,
Well, I don't
We'll see you in 2
necessarily
weeks.
like League or whatever you guys talked about. What's
World
that?
of
World of
Warcraft,
Warcraft.
yeah.
But I still listen to that one. It's
I
just
thought
'cause
there
don't
was
have anything to do.
we for as much as I thought it was going to be just WoW, like it broke.
There was
up
a lot
in
of
the middle.
like food in there, like
Yeah.
McRib,
The McRib,
terrible,
the fucking
but you have your own
Canes.
opinion.
We talked about Canes.
Canes is amazing. I love Canes.
Me too. Canes is really good.
Yeah, but so Pacheco's out, but I also have Shakir. He's I don't know if he's out or if he's on injury reserve yet, but I put him on injury, and I took I think the Denver Broncos for defense. they got like an 8.7 projection, but I was like, there's nobody else to pick,
Jesus
so I
Christ.
just put it. in
Well, they're
there.
going against the Raiders, so
I'm gonna drop him after this week, but I'm just using him for this week for
Yeah.
points because I'm against Marshall, and I think I'm projected to get like 98 points or like 100 and some, and he's like projected 118. So it's not a very high.
well, he also has a
points for this
backup
week.
kicker in because his kicker's on on a bye this week.
Yeah,
So.
I think he's already got him a lot of points too. Like he's got him quite a bit.
Well, Tyler lucked out on the kicker pick.
Yeah.
Because he has Aubrey, and Aubrey is the fucking single greatest kicker in the NFL right now.
That is true.
They should have let him kick that 71-yard field goal attempt.
They should have. He probably would have made it.
Only kicker in the league who would have done it.
Yeah. I have in my family league, I have Fairbairn for a kicker. He did real good the first week. I think I had like 20-some points.
Yeah.
Now he's got like 5. Now 4. And it's like, I need a new kicker, but like even Patrick Mahomes has not been getting me that many points.
No.
He's got me like 18 when I have on the bench. I can't remember. I think it starts with a C. Curry. I don't know. I can't remember, but he's been getting me more points than Mahomes.
It sucks. Well, and Mahomes has, his offense is missing people right now.
Yeah.
Because of injury.
That's true.
So, Pacheco, Rice are both out. Mm-hmm. And that kind of stunts his ability because he's very much a quarterback that he's in the pocket. He looks for his person.
If somebody's out there and they can get open.
Oh, it's not even just a person. He looks for specifically like Rice or Pacheco.
Because he knows they're going to be open at the same time.
And he just throws it to him.
Yeah.
Kelsey used to be that way, but they're kind of like, you can tell they're
I feel like Kelsey's dropping off, dude.
Well, he's also 35.
Well, yeah, but I feel like he's just dropping off.
Like, I want you to think about this, right?
Swift too much.
Like, Travis Kelsey is the same age as Gronk.
That's true.
Gronk is retired.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. I've been seeing so many different Gronk videos of like.
Oh, it's because he's still
him in like ads and everything, and so I just.
He's like one of the greatest tight ends of all time.
Yeah.
You gotta, but yeah, he's old. He's old for a tight end. 35 at tight end is, you're getting up there, man.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I feel like.
Like this will probably be Kelsey's last contract. I don't see them renewing him again. I think I'd be kind of surprised.
He's dating Taylor Swift, so I feel like Taylor Swift is getting so much publicity for them anyway. I feel like if they don't, it's only going to hurt them.
Yeah,
no matter what,
even if
he's bad.
If he's not worth it.
Even if he's not. Yeah, but just think about how much publicity he's getting from Taylor Swift.
Well, he's still going to get it because he's still going to go to the games because he's just like his brother. He's going to bleed red until he dies.
How old is his brother? Like 45? Or like in his 40s, low 40s or something?
I think it's low 40s. I think he's like 41. But he was also a center.
Yeah.
So centers play a little bit longer. And even then, he played longer than most centers do.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, he's like the GOAT for centers, which is a position that nobody talks about.
That's true.
But it's super important.
Yeah, it is.
Especially, fucking watching Nebraska play and the fucking long snapper just aiming over the quarterback every fucking time. Jesus Christ. And then they go to fucking punt and the ball is almost at the ground. I'm just like,
doesn't make any sense.
Jesus Christ.
But I was surprised to see that the Rutgers were 4-0. Now they're 4-1 because Nebraska beat them. But
Nebraska's ranked again.
They are ranked.
Ranked 23. We're back, baby.
Because they're 4-1 or 5-1?
They're 5-1 now.
5-1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe this is the year. I'm not a big fan of the Huskers.
We need, I think we need one more win to be bowl eligible.
Yeah. There's so many people, especially here.
6 games to be bowl eligible?
I have no idea. I don't know anything about that stuff. So
it's either 1 or 2 more.
I'm learning a lot more this year, like doing like all the fantasy and all that stuff, just for like NFL, I guess, but like college because I'm just like if it's on, I'm watching it just because like I see Tyler's in there with the red zone on right now.
He does have it on, and then as soon as
he has it on all the time.
I'll be in there, and then when I get food or when I make food tonight, I'll watch it at the bar because we just put up the TV at the bar today, or last night. So, which it's small, but I mean I think it's a bar TV.
I mean, yeah, it's good for like if you're just standing around or whatever. Like you could have like that big TV or whatever, like it on and everybody's sitting around there. But
that's the plan. Like I kind of want to have people over for like game day one day.
Yeah.
And just have like people come over and like we hang out at the bar. We or we sit over here, have a couple games on, make some food. Like maybe I'll make like wings again.
Yeah.
So dude, those
wings were good last time.
Yeah.
I
like the hot and teriyaki more than the barbecue.
Yeah. The what's it called? That reminds me of the turkey that we had on Thanksgiving. Dude. That one turkey was so good.
Yeah, the turkey I made, and then,
the second one was like falling in crumbs and pieces.
It was just dry.
It was dry, but it's true. Yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna eat it.
It had good flavor,
you put some, like,
but it was
gravy
just dry. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the turkey. I take pride in my turkey and my ham. Mm-hmm. People really tend to like those. So
the ham was good too.
We're going out. I'm going on this paycheck, so like next week, I'm going out and buying the turkey and the ham for Ladsgiving.
Okay.
So, because God, last year we had fucking like 41 people here.
I know there's a lot of people, but we
It's
had so many different
It's
things.
like a company event.
I know we had so many different things. Like I brought my buffalo chicken dip, which is so good.
I need you to bring that again, by the way.
Yeah, I will be bringing it again. That's the only thing I like to bring because I love it and everybody else loves it. So it's like
good.
I know it's always gonna get ate, and if it doesn't, I'm gonna put it in the fridge and eat it tomorrow. Like it's so good.
Yeah, we had like we had leftovers, but we did not have a whole lot left over because people took what they brought. Some people left like desserts got left here, like the trays of like cookies that people would bring. Those would get left over.
They're like that whole table over here that is always full of like anytime we do stuff. I think it was for the last premiere we had that table.
Lads video, yeah.
There's like so many. It was
Just
like
cookies.
Everybody brought cookies, and it's just like there's so many and nobody's gonna eat all these.
Because we didn't cook a whole lot for the Lads video premiere.
Yeah, it was more like bring like finger foods really.
Yep, it was finger foods, and then the Super Bowl we also had here in the basement. Which I imagine we'll do that again this year. We did the pizza and the wings because I made the wings for the first time for the Super Bowl. And then we had like fucking like, I think like 10 or 12 pizzas here.
Yep.
So, and everyone just chipped in for the food because I bought all the food for that. And then I think I said people bring like chips and soda.
Yeah.
So, but
that was a fun night though.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. I mean, we'll see. I want people to come back over, hang out here again. This is the last year of the house, so
yeah, it's gonna be the last day of the era.
It's the farewell tour of Lads Vegas.
Yeah, because you guys have been here for like 2 years.
I've been here for 2, so this is gonna be my 3rd year.
Okay. And
then this is gonna be Z, John, and JC's 2nd year here.
Oh, okay.
And Dylan, Tyler, Marshall, and Zoe were here for the 1st year.
Yeah.
And then they moved out.
That's when it was Party City, man.
It was Party City. Yeah, it's when you fucking put a dart in my ceiling.
There was
way more than
just a ceiling. It was like I don't even know what.
Dude, you got it.
I think we were throwing it.
Was it with you? Was it when you threw it with your foot?
It was either foot or like I think we were throwing it upside down or something.
I don't know. You guys were doing.
I can't remember,
stupid.
but there's so many like holes in the wall.
I wasn't even
every time.
I wasn't even here. Tyler just sends me a video of just a fucking dart in the ceiling. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? And then
we had a lot of fun on that dartboard.
Under the dartboard. Well, I'm gonna move the dartboard too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move it by the bar. I want the bar to kind of be the focal point of the basement.
Yeah.
So, especially because we have a very full stocked beer fridge now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Z
won't catch me near it.
it's all beer I don't drink.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna catch me near it either. Not unless you put fucking Dr. Pepper and Michelob Ultra in there.
Yeah. Put Dr. Pepper.
Angry
anything
Orchard.
fruity, you know.
Yeah. You're more like me. You like the fruity stuff.
Yeah, I like fruity.
Like the Seagrams.
Because like I don't enjoy drinking. It's not something I crave to do ever.
Well, that's a good thing.
Like I could go out and I'd have as much fun drinking 10 Dr. Peppers as
10
I would
beers,
10 beers or something, you know.
Yeah.
Like I just love drinking something that's not beer.
Beer's just fucking. Oh.
No, I hate beer.
I like certain beers. I like Mich Ultra. I like Mich Ultra.
Yeah.
Shinerbach, I really like Shinerbach, but really like, I like Mich Ultra.
Yeah.
Mich Ultra. I like Bud Light.
So
Bud Light.
It's like it doesn't. It's not like. But I hate Bud Light because the taste of it is like a more intense, nasty beer.
There you
like
go.
Michelob is nasty, but I could get through it way more than I could get through Bud Light. Like the first year of the Ozarks that I went there, I think you tried to have me chug I think it was a warm Bud Light.
Probably.
It wasn't even cold, and I was like, dude,
it was shotgunning.
I was like, dude, I'm gonna throw up.
It was shotgunning because that's like, I got told that. I guess I got tricked because I don't think that's actually a thing. So like, you go to your first Ozarks, you gotta shotgun a beer, and the first Ozarks I went to, I shotgunned a beer and I spilt it all over myself.
Well, it must be your first year every year because I feel like the past 2 years that we've been,
I always shotgun a beer. I always shotgun a beer. It's just it's a tradition now. The very first thing I do after I get out of the car is I go put my bags away.
Mm-hmm.
And then I immediately find
right on the rocks, right
beer.
in front of the garage.
Yep. I shotgun a beer.
That's the one place that we do it.
Yep, it's so great. I love the Ozarks every year. It's the highlight of my summer.
Yep. Even if we don't do anything, I still have so much fun going down there.
It's just so relaxing to hang out with everybody because it's one of the few times that we have everybody together for more than like a couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to hang out with people that maybe you don't hang out with very often.
Yeah.
So especially because we get like the Lincoln guys, and it's fun because Austin just drinks and drinks and drinks.
And then throws up, then he's a baby the rest of the night because he's thrown up at 8 p.m. and then he's in bed for the rest of the night. He's such a baby.
He's not gonna have his cuddle buddy this year. Well, I mean, unless Noah. I hope Noah comes.
Yeah.
This year, but with him having just moved, I don't know.
I mean, that's why you got to be a part of that cabin gang, dude. It's so fun down there.
I snore too loud. I'm banned from the cabin. Even if I
Well, I
wanted
feel
to be
like I
part
snore too, but
even
I
if
mean,
I
it's not
wanted
that
to be
bad.
part, no, dude, mine's bad. I guarantee you I have sleep apnea.
Yeah.
100%.
Well,
I need to be on a fucking machine.
is this? I can't remember. Is this my second year or is it my third?
This will be your, like this past year?
Because the first time I came, the first time I went, I slept in the, I think, bunk bed. And then the second year I went, I slept with Nathan. But now I feel like I went the third year because I slept with Dylan this last time.
That'd be your third
So maybe,
then.
so I think it was the third time.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's only two. But,
'Cause I think I've been to one more than you and Tyler.
yeah,
And I've
because
been
I
to
went the same
4.
time Tyler did.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
and that
sure.
was a year after I went the
Yeah.
first time.
But I'm glad we transitioned over this because I feel like a pretty good topic to talk about, especially cabin gang, especially since Tyler will be on next week. So he can maybe defend himself a little. A fun little story because I feel like I experienced it more than he did because he was asleep or off the Hizu. I don't know what the heck he was on, but he was not there for half of it. I guess we can start with like a more tame story. So like this last year that we went, he had, I don't know what he was doing, but he was going ham on the cigar. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if he was like already drunk, so he just kept wanting to hit it or something. So he just kept hitting it, and
Preface, he doesn't smoke. The rest of us
Yeah.
have, well, not you.
yeah, not me. I don't
But
smoke.
the rest, basically everyone else in our friend group has at least somewhat a history of regularly smoking nicotine.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a thing that happened, whatever. You know,
I
it's
feel like
bad
me
for
and
you.
Tyler are the only ones.
You're the holdouts. Well, now it's just you.
Well, yeah.
Because Tyler,
Tyler's got
this story.
Yeah.
And so Tyler's never regularly smoked. He'll hit a stogie every once in a while
Yep.
when they come out. But he normally is like a puff, pass kind of guy.
Yeah. Dude,
And,
he was hitting it like, I don't even know why. Like every time somebody would get done with it, he'd be like, "Oh, yo, give it to me." And like he did it the whole time we were around the fire. Then we moved over to the rocks, and he was over there. I need a burp, but it's not coming out. There we go. But no, he just kept hitting it, and so I think he drank quite a bit too. And so he was like, "Oh, I don't feel good." Oh my gosh. And that's what Dr. Pepper will do to you. But so we go down to the cabin. I think we went a little earlier than most people.
Yes.
So Nick was already down there. Now, Nick, he is quite the character. He left before anybody. He was the first one to go down to the cabin. He was, I think he went down maybe an hour before everybody else. So we were expecting him to be asleep. So me and Tyler, like an hour later, I think it was like midnight. It wasn't very late. We go down there and we get there. Nick's already awake. Like we turn on lights. He just pops his head up. He kind of looks like a pigeon, almost like he just popped his head up, and he was just he was looking around, and it was just like, oh, he's like, oh yeah, okay. I don't know. I can't do an impression of him right now. But so we get in there. He's popping his head up, looking around like a pigeon. We get in there, and Tyler's like, I think I need to throw up. So we turn the lights off. He turns the lights back on. He goes outside, and he's just on the hands and knees over the edge of the deck or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, how's it going? He's like, nothing's coming out. Because I think I took an initial video of like him over there, and he wasn't throwing up. I have the video somewhere, but I go out there with the camera. I'm like, are you throwing up? He's like, get that camera out of my face. And he goes, so he's just hunched over like with no shirt on, and he's just doing that. And it's just so funny. I'm like, oh, he's not throwing up yet. So I go back in. We turn off the lights. We're like, okay, I'm going to go to bed now. You know, it's a good time to go to bed. Then, next thing you know, I hear dunk, 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 like a couple footsteps, and then there's water hitting the floor. Just, and he's just walking over to the door with his hand over his mouth, and it's coming through his fingers. And I'm like, oh, crap. And so there's a trail of throw up, acid, vomit, whatever it is, on the floor to the door. And as I get up, because I'm like, I'm going to get a video of this. So I get up, I turn the flash on my video, and I step in some of his crap. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So I step in like some of his nasty goop. And it was just liquid. It wasn't like any chunks or anything.
Yeah, it was just like stomach
Yeah,
bile.
so, and then I finally get out to the door, and he's just hunched over going, bleh, bleh. And it was just so funny because I got a video of that too. And I feel like it's always me getting a video of Tyler doing something crazy.
Yeah.
Which leads us into the best story of the Ozarks, I feel like.
I think it is absolutely a top 3 Ozark story.
Yeah, because it was our first year, I think, because I was in the bunk bed.
Yes, because it wasn't last year; it was the year before.
Yeah, it wasn't last year; it was the year before. Because last year I was sleeping with Nathan.
Because last year I had the big incident.
Yeah,
because when I threw up in the bed.
Yep. And was it the same year that you broke the bed? Or
I didn't break the bed. Eric broke the bed. You and Tyler were sitting on the bed, and Eric sat down on it, and the bed just. And then that night, same night, I proceeded to be so fucking plastered drunk that I threw up everywhere in the bed.
Well, I mean, it was fine because it was already broken, so it's like it kind of deserved it. But at the same time,
the mattress didn't deserve what it got.
The mattress, just the frame.
Yeah.
But it kind of got the worst of both worlds.
Yeah.
But I can't remember where we were going with this.
We were talking about Tyler's event in the cabin.
Oh yeah, he had basically the most funny event, and I feel like I'm in the middle of it, of his like shenanigans every time. Mm-hmm. So we get down to the cabin, and I'm sleeping in the bottom bunk. Tarek's in the top bunk like normal. Nathan, well, I don't know if Tyler was sleeping with Nathan, or dude, I just thinking about it. It's so funny. I don't even remember where he was sleeping. I think he was with Dylan.
I think it was with Dylan
because it was just Dylan, me, Tarek, Nathan, and Tyler.
Yeah.
And so Dylan and Dylan and Tyler were together. Nathan, I think he was on his own mattress, and I was in the bottom bunk. Tarek was in the top bunk. So I think that night we were all just talking some weird crap, like the whole night with the lights off, like nobody's looking at anything. We're just looking up at the ceiling, talking about random stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, so like an hour passes, you know, people start falling off, people start sleeping. So next thing you know, I'm asleep, and I wake up to, I think it was Tarek. I can't remember. Tarek will have to explain a little more too next time he's on. But I think Tarek was like, yeah, Tyler. And I just wake up because he's yelling at Tyler, and I hear just a waterfall. And I'm like, what is going on? And it's Tyler's like asleep, drunk, thinks he's outside peeing or something. And Tarek's like, Tyler, you're peeing. And so I wake up, and next thing you know, I turn on my flashlight because I'm like, okay. I didn't turn on my flashlight, and I just see Tyler's, just dingling, just out there, pissing. I turn on the flashlight as Tarek's yelling at him, and he's like, oh, what? And he walks outside after that. And then that's when I turn on my light, or I don't even think I had the flash on because the video that I have, it's just pitch black. Yeah. But I'm like, Tyler pissed on Nathan. and then later I took a video with the flash on, and there's just this huge puddle next to Nathan's head. As Nathan's like getting up, putting his glasses on. He's like, what is going on?
It's so funny too, because seeing the aftermath, because Nathan's mattress it's like one of those, like, it's a standard air mattress where it has the little divots.
Yep.
Like a fucking waffle.
Mm-hmm. And there's like the little pillow part where it's like, it's a little hump to where if you don't have a pillow, you can use that.
And there's like 4 or 5 of them that are just fucking full of piss.
Yep.
And it's so amazing because Tyler missed Nathan barely.
Dude, it was literally like a foot or 2 away from him. And that was it.
If that.
Yeah, it might not have even been that. But just waking up and seeing that, and then putting my flash on, and then seeing Nathan like all confused.
Well, it was so
he couldn't
funny.
even react to it. He was just sitting there, and he's just like, "What just happened?" And I literally was dying laughing. Like, me and Tarek were just cackling the entire time. That's what it is in the video. It's just him and me cackling because we just can't believe what happened. And I was just
so
like, "Oh
funny.
my gosh,
I cannot fucking believe that it happened." And it was so funny because I sleep at the house. I sleep in the basement, and you barge through the basement door. It is like 7 o'clock in the morning. We're gonna be going to Val's. We're gonna get ready for breakfast. I have not even woken up yet. You barge through the door. The light wakes me up, and you're just like, Joey. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on, dude? I'm what? I'm a little hungover, and you're just like, Tyler pissed on Nathan. I'm just like, what? Tyler pissed on Nathan, and you immediately go, look at your phone. I sent you a video.
I sent the video as soon as I got service. I sent the video to everybody. I couldn't believe it.
I remember running around, waking people up and showing them the fucking video.
No, because it's such a confusing thing. Like, that's why I was like, it's going to be so funny me telling everybody that Tyler pissed on Nathan. Is like, nobody knows what I'm talking about. The only people that know are the people in the cabin.
That's so funny.
And, oh my gosh, dude. That was such fun. But that's what makes me think that we've only been there for 2 years, because I feel like Tyler every year has done something off the wall.
No, because last year he didn't. Last year was pretty normal. Because you guys went to bed kind of early last year on the night that I died.
On the rocks? On the pile? Was that last year, the pile of rocks?
No, that was the first year.
That was?
Yeah.
Oh.
The year that Tyler... No, that was last year. Because that was the year Tyler was throwing the football and he landed and scraped the shit out of his leg.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, because that was the year we got the pictures of everybody sitting on the rocks. I'm drunk as fuck in the front.
Yeah, he's basically like a giraffe that has never ran before, and it's just like him with his long legs, just dunk, 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 and then he just skids across the rocks on his knee, and I'm just like,
Yeah, and it's all gravel.
That's gonna feel good. Yeah, it's just all gravel. There's no pavement. Even though pavement would suck too, but it's not like grass or anything where it would have been fine.
Yeah.
But it was, dude, I feel like every year we've had something off the wall that it just makes it so much more worth it every time we're there. And two of them have been with Tyler, one with you.
Yep, I've only had one really crazy Ozarks story. The first year went off without a hitch.
It's true.
Yep, my first year at the Ozarks was not eventful. I don't remember really anything super crazy at my first Ozarks. I just remember it being a lot to take in. I remember it being like, oh my God, this trip's so much fun. And then I got back and then we were hanging out with you guys a lot more. And I was like, you guys like, when Tarek invites you, you guys got to go.
I know.
We
probably could have pressed Tarek, but it's like, it's not something that you just want to be like, hey,
no, you want to
go. You want to be invited to it. It's
exactly.
not like, it makes it more fun and makes you feel a lot better, like when you're there or whatever.
No, and it's like, it's his family's land and he invites, the people who are important to him.
Yeah.
And that's like his friend group. That's
I'm important to you, Tarek. That's all that matters. I know you're not probably going to, I don't know if you listen to the podcast or not.
I think he does, yeah.
Yeah, well.
I think most of
you
our
better
friends
because he knows.
In this episode, I guarantee you most people listen to because it's you.
Just know, Tarek, you are my little person, all right? I'd say the other word, but it's not very. No, it's pretty frowned upon. Little person is definitely what people like. Like Tarek, I mean, you just got to ask him next time.
Yeah, just got him next.
What does he prefer?
We've been going for an hour and a half, by the way.
It's been an hour and a half?
It's been an hour and a half. It's been an hour and 26 minutes.
I beat Dylan.
So you did. So if you
I think Nathan's was like an hour 41.
It was super long. I cannot believe that man is a certified yapper.
I know, especially about beer. Ugh.
Did he throw away that shirt, the hot pink shirt, the certified yapper shirt?
What did it? Yeah, so he forgot it, quote unquote, in the Ozarks. I think he burnt it. He probably put it in like the fire or something.
That was such a good shirt. That was so funny.
Yeah,
who all kept their shirts? I know Tarek
I can't remember what it says. I just remember it was something about Republican, Democrat, baby, something.
That's what we'll leave it at. Yes, I remember what it said. But
just think about it in your own head. It's something with that.
Yep, it was very bad. Very politically incorrect shirt. Tarek could not wear that out in Missouri.
Nope.
He would have gotten killed.
He would have gotten shot. I mean, but mine said I love midget porn. Which is
so
the word
funny.
that you're not that they don't like, but it's for the content, It's just what my shirt said. I mean,
yeah, and then Nick's was the Nick Joey boxing match.
Yep. Did it say he lost on it? Or no, I think it was just you towering over him or something.
I don't remember.
It was something like that. I know it was like good. He lost the fight.
So.
And then Nathan had a crop top.
Yeah, that said certified yapper.
Certified yapper, which
what was Dylan's? I'm trying to remember what Dylan's.
Dylan's was who had Dylan?
I don't remember. I really don't.
I think. I honestly cannot remember.
I don't remember what he Dylan's was.
I know it wasn't bad enough. Like mine is hanging up in my closet right now. Like it's not like I threw it away. It'd definitely be weird if somebody went in my closet and they saw it. They'd be like, "What the heck is this?" But
yeah, but you can explain it pretty easily. You just tell a story and it's explained.
Yeah.
I don't remember what Dylan's was, which is probably why Dylan didn't win.
Yeah, I honestly can't even remember what his says.
I don't either. I think was it Tarek that won? Or was it Nathan? It was either Tarek or Nathan.
I think Nathan's won, but I think it was pretty rigged. Okay, so the challenge is to get a shirt that is embarrassing and would make the person not want to wear it. Like it's just something embarrassing that and like just bad that you don't want to go out in it. And that was the challenge. All right. Nathan's, it was good, I don't think I'd want to go out in that, but I would do it. All right. But the one I got for Tarek, I would not go out in that.
Nope.
He threw it away. And then they gave Tarek. I think I got dead last because people were so like, I don't know if they're offended about it or what, but it's because like I was like, okay, these definitely should have been flipped. Mine should have been first. I wasn't butthurt about it because what it said or whatever, but I was like, I think I should have won. But I'll leave it at that.
Always next year.
There's always next year.
Always
I
next
don't know
year.
what challenge we're gonna do for Cabin Gang next year, but
The true
might be
words of a
first and
Dallas
next time.
fan. There's always next year.
or Huskers.
Yeah, right.
The Huskers suck too.
Hey, you know what? At least this week, at least this year, I get Saturdays to be happy about football.
Yep.
And then, well, I don't know. The next 4 weeks look really fucking rough for Nebraska.
Yeah.
But I get to be happy about football on Saturdays, and
That's
then on
true.
Sunday I just get to be fucking just belligerently depressed.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Yeah. It's not a good. But I think Tyler and what's his face, Miles were talking about it's like 55 weeks. Or 55 days.
55 days, yep.
Weeks is a lot.
We don't have
55 days
There will be football,
of football.
on every day until the day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So I was like,
Yeah,
that's pretty good. But
it's the best part of the
bad
year.
for the people that are diehard fans and their team starts losing because then they got to watch it every week.
Yeah, that's how it always goes.
So probably not pretty good for them.
Yeah. Well, what did you make some lunch? See? Well, smells pretty good.
Fries and a quesadilla.
Fries
Nice.
and a quesadilla. That is what Z had for lunch today.
It does sound nice.
That does. I almost got Taco Bell yesterday, and then I was like,
I'm on
Nice, I made
a
pizza
I'm on a
rolls.
no eat out this month. Me
That's
and
good.
Danielle are doing a thing where we're trying not to eat out because like I don't eat out a lot, but I eat out enough to where it's like
it's bad.
it
for you.
adds up.
I really try to eat out. I've tried to cut it back to where I'm eating out just at Jersey's, and then like maybe once or twice in the
Well,
week.
now you got the wing thing, so
Yeah, and that's only every 2 weeks. So I only do that
But,
every
yeah.
other week. So Jersey's is a weekly thing. For
which
me.
I haven't listened to that other podcast or the wing one that you just
Yeah,
sent
Good
out
Life.
yet
Yeah, the Good Life episode.
because I haven't been to work yet. So
Yep.
because I
It's
think
only
what
20
you released
minutes.
it Saturday or something.
It comes out Fridays at 6 p.m.
Oh, okay.
It's an evening podcast.
Yeah, but I was like, well, I'm not at work,
So-
so I'm not gonna listen to it yet.
and
I
that-
save all my podcasts for
for,
work.
for work. That's fair. That's
Yeah.
a good time to listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
So I have one that I listen to every morning because it comes out at 7:30, and I
Mhm.
leave the house at 7:30.
Yeah.
So as soon as I get in my car, Spotify has it on my AirPlay that there's a new one,
Oh,
and
okay.
it literally lasts my entire drive to work
Dang.
because it's a short podcast.
You know what I did see is that the Joe Rogan podcast. I know you don't like him, but he does. You can do video on Spotify.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Why
Yeah,
don't you
I
do
have
that?
I have the option to do that. I don't know.
Well, it's like, can't
I
you
don't
just
know.
take the videos that you've like taken for that?
I
and
could,
just
yeah.
integrate them.
Yeah, I don't really think about it honestly.
I mean, I don't see it because like I just disabled it because it
Plus, I'm
just
also,
runs
like,
more
trying-
battery life for me.
yeah. Plus,
'cause
I
I'm
also
outside
don't
for
think
work.
people use that feature.
No, I
feel
don't
like
think so.
I
But
feel like
like
if people are gonna watch a video podcast, they're gonna go
to YouTube and
to
stuff.
YouTube.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like the camera
No,
works.
no, I don't know what happened.
So this is
with
gonna be
the
another
camera.
cameraless podcast.
Well, I saw that it got at least some of it.
Yeah,
so,
it might give for the first few minutes, but
Yeah, it went for the first
that
like
worth-
half hour, and then we
Yeah.
spoke for an hour and a half.
yeah, is that
So-
worth even putting out at this point? I don't
So,
know.
No, I need to buy a new camera. It's on the list. It's just
Yeah.
the camera I can buy with a firm.
Mm-hmm.
So since I've used a firm before, so I bought like my Secret Labs chair with a firm,
Oh yeah.
paid it off over a couple of months because it was just easier that
Oh
way.
yeah, I've seen that. Like, on
Like I
the-
paid an extra like $16,
Mhm.
but I also got the chair $140 off, so I still got the chair on sale.
Yeah.
So I bought it on credit, and then I've bought like a couple other things, like small things where I'll pay like 2 in payments instead of 1,
Yeah.
so that I can get like a $120 thing and pay 60 over 2 times.
Yeah.
And because I've done it so many times, they've increased my limit so much. Like I have like
Is it like an app or something?
it's a
or is it
firm-
just like a
it's like
website?
it's like an account, yeah,
Oh, okay.
and there's an app that
Kinda
you
like
can track
Shop?
it. Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
But a firm's like it's almost like a credit card basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I have like a $4,000 limit now.
Dang.
And I'm just like, I'm not ever going to spend that. And I
No.
haven't. I have a $0 balance right now because I just haven't bought anything.
Yeah.
But like the 2 things that I was like, oh, I'm going to probably buy
Camera?
is I'm going to buy a camera.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to buy the fucking UCS AT-AT. Gotta fucking get a Lego set. It retires this year. It's $850. If I don't get it before it retires,
It's not. It's gonna be a
it's
lot
gonna be-
more.
Yeah, and I just don't want to deal with that. So,
Yeah.
and I love the Walker. The Walker's Hoth is my favorite
Mhm.
part of Star Wars. So I'm like, I gotta get it.
Well, yeah. The Danielle works at the North Face in Gretna, and she sent a picture of that line, the Lego store, when it
it's
opened.
insane.
It's like wrapped around the entire
Yeah.
thing. I'm like, I enjoy Legos, but I'm going on like a day where people are at work. like I'm not going there on a weekend.
No, I'm gonna let the initial buzz die down before I go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I would do too, because
So-
I'm not waiting in line for a Lego, dude. I'll
No.
order it on Amazon or something.
Bingo. I'm gonna get it on a ShopX.
Oh, is that like the where
Or
they do a
is
lot
it-
of like
Is it ShopX or no, it's StockX? That's what it is.
StockX? Yeah, I was gonna
StockX,
say StockX is like
That's where Nathan got
where
the
people get like a shoes.
shoes.
a lot of
It
shoes.
started off as shoes, and
Yeah.
then there's a lot of collectibles. That's where Nathan, when he got the Daily Bugle set for me a couple
yeah.
years ago, where
You
everyone
got on
chipped in.
StockX.
That's where he got it because he got it on sale.
The only thing that I think about when I think of StockX is like Yeezys, because that's when people always were getting Yeezys was off of
Yeah.
StockX. I'm pretty sure
Well,
that's
because
where Marshall got his off.
You get them for cheaper because it's like wholesale, but then also like
You don't know if it's off brand or though.
it
could be
gets
just
manually
knockoffs.
it gets manually reviewed, so it gets shipped from the seller to
is it,
the
like,
StockX
certified or whatever?
like certified review center,
Oh, okay.
and then they review the product, and then you get the product.
I see.
So if you want something that's sealed in box, that sucks because they're gonna cut it open and make sure the contents are all in there.
Yeah.
That fucking sucks if you want
Yeah.
something that's sealed, but I don't care because like the UCS AT-AT, I get like, I think it's like $600, 650
Dang.
instead of paying $850, almost 900 with taxes.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Dude, there's so many people that come over from like the dude that I've watched that like just travels and like drinks and stuff from England. He's always like talking about how bad the prices are here. He's like, man, I just spent $30 on like a burger, but it wasn't even $30 because the burger was $30. Then I had to pay for taxes, and then I also had to pay for tip, and then it was like $50 in the end. And I was
Yep.
like,
Tip culture sucks.
like, yeah.
I fucking hate tip culture. And then the other thing that sucks is that our taxes aren't just included in the price.
yeah, that's why I like Japan. That'd be sick. You don't have to tip.
It's like everywhere else in the
Yeah,
world.
England, Japan, like all these other places, they don't tip. But here, if you don't tip, you're a bad guy.
Yep.
You're
Well,
terrible.
in like England,
But that's how people
tipping
make their
isn't
money here.
required in
Yeah.
England, and in Europe, tipping is like it's
Kind
not
gesture.
required. It's like super over the top to do it.
But like in Japan, I'm pretty sure
It's
it's like it's
disrespectful, yeah.
disrespectful to tip.
Yep.
So it's so weird. Like so many different places have so many different things,
Yep.
and then we got the bad end of it where we have to tip.
It's just terrible.
And
Yeah.
people make their money off of that, and if you don't do it, then you're a bad person. But yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Well, I think we can wrap it up here,
Yep.
unless you want to hit 2 hours.
Well,
I feel like
I don't
you
know.
might have
I feel like I
things to
talked
do.
about all my
All of
the
your
things
stuff.
that I thought about
Yeah.
on the way here that I was like, oh, I got to get that in there. I'm definitely going to be listening to this. Even though I did it, I'm
Just-
going to be listening to
yeah.
it at the end, like on Monday or whenever
Yeah.
it comes out.
I listen to them every week.
Yeah. So, because like this is what got me into the podcast, so I'm going to listen to this. And it's been fun doing this because like I've seen all these podcasts. I've been watching, Bad Friends and all them. And it's fun to just experience
here,
it one
yeah.
time. It's not like a huge audience or whatever,
No.
but it's fun to just
No, yeah.
to do it once.
One day.
Maybe
One
one
day.
day.
it'll be huge. I don't
And
know.
I'll be
We'll
back.
see.
I'll be the guy. I could be the guy for you that's in the back on the computer that's always pulling up information.
Yep.
I always see. I love those things. Where
Yeah.
they have like the dude in the back, like Bad Friends, how they have that little window with the camera, and they have Chansey or whatever they call
Yeah.
him, and he just like looks stuff up, pops up on the screen.
Yeah.
Like that stuff is super cool to me. But
So yeah, it'll be. I hope. I did promise the lads that in the event that we get one episode to 100 views within its launch week before my birthday, so in March,
you get waxed.
you guys can wax my back. People have been wanting to do it for fucking ages.
Oh, I'll do
I'm
it.
I'm giving you guys the opportunity here.
Oh yeah.
That's how we do it. You got to promote the podcast. Yeah, you got to get it out there, get it popular. I promote it every week. I put it on my Snapchat. I put it on Instagram, and then my Instagram puts it on Facebook. So.
Yeah. What is the?
So.
I guess we can keep going a little better. What is like the most views that you've gotten on a podcast so far?
Jake's episode is well over 100 views combined on Spotify and on YouTube. YouTube is
dang.
almost 100 on. I think he's like 87 on YouTube.
Oh dang.
So why?
That's pretty-
I couldn't tell you
Yeah,
because
he's
that
a-
was not the episode that I thought was gonna blow up.
Maybe he just fit the algorithm or
So
something.
I don't know. I don't know what happened. I thought Max was gonna be the big one. And Mac is second. It goes Jake, Mac, Tarek, and then I don't remember the rest.
Well,
of them.
I'm going for that number one spot.
We can get you there. We can get you there.
No, but the funny thing I thought when like you first started doing the podcast with like Mac and Zoe and all them is the first thing that they would do is go do the ASMR thing, and I was just like, it was like every week I just kept listening to somebody say, "Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm on an ASMR podcast." I'm like,
Yeah.
Nothing against anybody, but it was just, I thought it was funny because it was like every time somebody gets in front of the mic, and it's like, I'm used to this mic now because this is the exact same mic that I have for like playing games and stuff.
Yep.
So it's
That's
like,
why I love
I'm
this
used to
mic.
it, but people that don't play games and stuff like that,
This mic
they
is
look at
so
it.
fucking good, especially
know.
for how cheap it is.
Yeah. And all you need is a
$100
little amp like that. Like I just got the Scarlett Solo.
Yeah, I
And it's
have.
super nice.
I have Tyler's old Go XLR.
Well, I have Tyler's old mic. Dude, he's buying stuff so often.
Dude, oh
he
my
can
God.
defend himself
My third
as much as
monitor
he wants.
is
Yeah.
Tyler's old.
Yeah. My third monitor is Tyler's old monitor.
So fucking
I literally have, so I have this old 60 hertz Samsung curved, which I use for vertical. I use my vertical one, and that's Tyler's old one. I've had that since I think probably like a year or two after I met him.
Yeah.
I've had it, and I got Tyler's keyboard. I think I have one of his old G Pro mouses because I have one, but it like the sensor went bad on it.
Gotcha.
So I have that. I think I might have. It's either. I think we might have just had the same mouse pad. I think I just got the same one he did. So I don't think I have his mouse pad. But yeah, keyboard, one monitor, the mic.
You have Dylan's old chair.
No, it broke.
Oh, did it finally break?
So Dylan,
Oh, I missed
when
the
he got me
chapter.
the chair, or when he gave me the chair. By the way, I just want to preface this. I offered to pay him. That he goes behind my back and talks about all this crap where he's like, oh, Danny's always taking these handouts, blah, blah, blah. It's like, there's some things, okay, I do take things for free, obviously, like any normal person, but there's some things where if it's like a chair or something, I offered and I was like, hey, how much do you want for the chair? And he's just like, oh, yeah, you can just have it or whatever. So I was like, and then he goes around and he's saying, oh, Danny, you're just getting all these hand-me-downs, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, just shut up. All right, you just gave it to me for free and then you're going to go around and just stab me in the back.
I was
all right?
not expecting this drama.
No, yeah, there should be drama. That's what makes it fun. That's what's gonna get me to number one. So he gives me the chair, and everything's fine on it. It leans, so you're sitting like this. It leans a little to the left, and I was like, all right. So I just put a little the pillow that you put on the head part.
Yeah.
I just put that behind my back right there. So I was just like,
Gotcha.
all right, I'll do that. So that's how I did it for a while, and then. Lo and behold, the whole metal bracket on the right side was torn. It was like ripped in half like a piece of paper. And I was like, how the heck did you do this, big back Dylan? Like, come on now. Like, I don't know how you just broke this whole bracket. And he just was talking about the armrest or whatever. So I was like, I just thought that was the only thing messed up. And so next thing you know, I can't sit up straight because it's just leaning back because it like the chair would be like this and it would just go like this. And like without me doing anything. So I put 20 zip ties on it and it kept it going for a while. And then it just started breaking. I had to put more zip ties on it and then it just broke. So then that's when I did it in Discord with my camera on. I ripped the back of it off because we had like one of those big things in your driveway that you throw a bunch of stuff away.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just going to throw it away. So I ripped it all apart and threw it away because it was broken. But now I have this old grandma, there's no chair around here that resembles it, but it's like, it kind of looks like this, but it's smaller, and it's got that very old, like, you know, the old drinks at like old restaurants back in the day where it has like the blue and whatever like weird colors on it.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. It's like super old and weird, and it even has like a broken thing on it. But that's what it
That was
is.
my first gaming chair. My first gaming chair was my grandfather's old desk chair.
Yeah.
And that one was really, really comfortable because it had like the super, like almost like the carpet fabric on it.
Yeah. You would think that the chair is not very important for like playing a game,
No, it is.
but it is the most important thing.
I
It sucks.
had to
having a bad
tape
chair.
the bottom of it was
Mm-hmm.
taped up, and we had like string tied to it because
Jeez.
it broke off the base, and I didn't want to get a new chair yet. And then one day, there's probably a picture or a video of it somewhere, or not a video, but a picture of it. We were in Skype. This tells you how long ago this was.
Mhm.
And
I remember those days.
we're playing games, and I got pissed, and I like pushed my chair back to like scoot out because my computer was in my closet.
Yeah.
My desk was, and as I do that, the entire chair just snaps off, and I just go flying
Jeez.
backwards.
It's surprising how long you can keep a chair going that's
Oh, yeah.
falling apart when
for
you
sure.
do not want to buy a
Well,
new
Dylan,
one.
I mean, got the armrest on Dylan's one side was just bent
Yep, it was
because
bent, and it was like,
you would smack it when
yep.
you'd get mad at Elden Ring.
Yep. That's the only thing I thought was wrong with it, but he broke the whole dang bracket. It was this old metal slab that was just torn in half. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay. I bet it was Lolly sitting on it Because we all know Lolly's bigger than Singing Jarvis, dude. That's what I was listening to Dylan's or somebody's on the way here, and I was like, you were talking about how fat Jarvis was or whatever. And I was like, dude, nobody talks about Lolly.
No, Lolly's fluffy.
No,
Lolly's fluffy.
no.
Jarvis is just a chunky guy.
No.
And then what is it?
I picked up Lolly.
Eric's cat that's on a diet.
You have to do one in the front and then one holding the sack that's hanging down to the floor in the back. And that's not. It's not a boy. It's not a ball sack. All right. It's the belly sack. It's a huge cat. That thing doesn't move. It's probably not walked ever in its life. Sorry, Nathan, if you're hearing this, that I'm ripping on him or her, but it's whatever. You can talk about whatever in your next podcast.
It's all right. Maine, JC's cat is getting a little chubby.
Chunky.
Yeah, and then you got Lolly and or not Lolly. Oh God, what the hell is the other cat's name? I was thinking black cats in my head. Lolly's the big black cat.
Juniper? Or is that?
No, Juniper is Nathan's. Cortana. How am I forgetting the cat's name that I live with?
Oh,
Cortana, and she runs everywhere, so she's tiny.
I don't know how you could forget about Cortana.
Yeah. On that note, we're gonna wrap it up. I appreciate.
We'll save some more for the next podcast. I got so many other things that I could talk about, but I feel like it'd be good to wrap it up and then talk about it for the next time I'm on.
Well, I think
hopefully that it is.
You have surpassed. This is the longest episode.
Let's go.
So you beat Nathan by a couple minutes.
Let's go.
I appreciate everyone listening to the podcast. Again, if you haven't, episode of Wing Warriors is out. Came out a couple days ago. That's the first full episode, regular episode, where we talk about wings and sports betting. So if you don't like sports betting, listen for the wings. If you don't like wings, listen for the sports betting.
Yep.
Otherwise, you can stay tuned for another episode of Joey Moments coming at you next week on Monday at 1 p.m. Central Time. Maybe video. I don't know. I guess we'll see at this point. It looks like my camera's fucked.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
But again, thank you for listening to this episode of Joey Moments. Danny, it was a pleasure having you.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
It was super fun.
I appreciate it. And we will see you guys next week for a podcast all about football.
Yep. See y'all later.